You know, wish I could change the title of this.
What's that?
You're live now.
Uh-huh. I can't read what it says, but...
We'll do half an hour and see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, it might be an awkward time if it's midday in America.
Well, I know, well...
If it's lunch hour.
This is always the problem when you live stream. There's never a good time to do it. So hello and welcome to the channel. I am, as you know, Bragi.
And I am Egil.
And we're doing an impromptu live stream.
Yeah, we thought we'd dangle a hook and see if anybody bites.
We've got somebody watching, so hello.
Hello there, who are we speaking?
Well, I don't know. They've not left a comment yet. So we'll find out. Yeah. Leave a comment.
Don't be afraid. We will talk to you. We may look a bit shifty.
Well, it may look a bit dodgy. If we do a live stream, we don't say anything.
Well, that's it.
You know.
My name is Zong.
So how you been, Egil?
I've been okay. As I say, in our vlog later on, I'll tell you again. We had a death in the block of flats. Lots of policemen.
What? We lost a person now.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Jack, hello from Italy. So hello.
Buongiorno.
Oh, we do like Italian folk tales.
Good.
We plan to tell a few.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot of those to speak about. I hope you enjoy them, and if you have any suggestions of them, please let us know.
Oh yeah, and I think we have to really thank Italio Gallavino for recording those folk tales in the 16th century, because, you know...
I have actually been to Italy.
I have too.
Went to Genoa.
Oh yes.
And then round the Lombardy near the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is a beautiful part of the country.
I don't think I've been there. I've been to Rome.
I didn't get there. I went there in the middle of a massive cholera epidemic, but the round Pisa was a beautiful country, and yeah, I recommend it.
Yes.
Very, very hot for.
What were the Italians doing during the Dark Ages? Lombards, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
that's.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but around Pisa, that was where Cesare Borgia ruled, and ruled very well. Ended up getting killed out there as well, but it is the Romagna, beautiful part of the world.
Machiavelli, remember his name?
Yeah, and you've got the Borgias, you've got Della Roveres, and there's various sort of other Medicis, and no doubt our Italian friends can tell us more.
Well, our commentator from Beho Jack, and he says thank you, so thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm glad we called
you.
It's we realised,
lovely country.
Yeah, we realised the time differences. So
I will comment here from Eirik Rickardson. Afternoon, lads. Hope you're doing well. And he's got 2 jugs of beers.
Oh, if only. Yeah, but thanks for saying hi. And got any questions?
Oh yes, please share this out so that people can find out we are live streaming. And we try to do this for a couple of hours before Egil goes home at about 7. So this is one of these rare moments. We managed to get quite a bit of filming in today. It was either do more filming or do a live stream, and we do need to do a live stream now and again.
Yeah, it's nice to.
It's not that it also has a massive effect on the channel.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's nice to come out of the ivory tower occasionally.
Well, of course so. You know, people like live streams, and we're a little bit bigger on the channel, and we can manage it better. We'll do more.
We get more feedback, and that's what it's all about.
Oh, definitely so.
So thanks anyway for comments. What else can we?
Oh, we could talk about many things, Egil. So Tangerine Layla, the sleepy oracle. Hey, beautiful people. Well, you're beautiful too.
Yeah, love to meet you.
Yes, one day.
One day, and you come and see old Egil.
Well, there is a thing on YouTube where you have what you call channel meets up. So you could advertise it. You could do like a 3 p.m. meet down at Wetherspoons in Derby, and then all these people come and meet you. And you get to say hello to your fans.
Bit of a haul from America.
I know, but you know, we intend to be international, so you know, we'll travel.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice to hear from you a bit more there.
Oh yes.
So
lovely Canada.
Yeah.
I'd like to go there one day.
I had a next door neighbour who went to Vancouver Island because his son lived out there, and he crossed Canada by train. And he says it's great if you love trees.
Now Tanji says, oh yes, I really want to travel the globe meeting all my YouTube family. Oh yes.
Well,
we look forward to that.
Well, yeah, definitely on that one.
And Eirik says, it's been a while since the last live stream, but glad you're to see you're doing so well. So
Thank you very
we'll
much.
do well, don't we?
Yeah, I think we, like you say, we've got to do more live streaming.
We do have to do more live streams. I mean, we probably, if we did a live stream every week, we probably would have been monetized by now. But
the thing is, it sounds as though we're being snobby when we don't do them, I think. Sorry, my knife was taken in here.
That's all right. It's not that sharp.
No. Oh,
So,
stop messing about.
oh, you're doing your Kenneth Williams again. Oh, dear.
Be bold.
Oh, that was Kenneth Williams.
Yeah.
What a dude. So it's been no, I read that one. So Sleepy Oracle says, you're my first stop in the UK.
Oh,
yes.
right, yeah, well, pay us a visit.
Yes, land at East Midlands Airport. We're not far away.
Let him know so that we can get there.
Yes, and Tanji says, I'd love to have a coffee with you guys and Thomas and show me the sights and sounds.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show you Viking Age Derby.
Yes.
Because I've done tours on that. And I will do you a crime and punishment one if you like.
I could do a tour of all the pubs.
Mine's historical, his is alcoholic.
And Tanji says, as soon as I win the lottery.
Yeah, babe, we'll keep picking those numbers.
Yeah, oh, yes. I've got 4 people watching, so hello, that's great.
Yeah. I realise it's a dodgy time of the day for you, so, yeah. And
there's no such thing as a dodgy time of the day, surely. So Tanji says, I don't like beer, but there's alternative. Oh, yes.
yeah,
Gin.
girl after my own heart. I'm not a great beer drinker.
I like a nice rosy wine.
I like a deep red wine, nice brandy, and if I'm forced to whiskey. Gin and tonic, they're quite nice. But the only beer I drink is Guinness. And after 2 pints I've had it, I physically can't take it. But or a Newcastle Brown every now and then, but that's it. Well, when we've been out drinking.
Oh, yes, and Tanji says, oh, brandy, yes.
Yeah.
So she likes a brandy.
I like this girl more and more when I hear of her.
I've got some brandy in that cupboard over there.
Oh, yeah, I'm out.
It's about 25 years old now.
Oh, I love
Because it was 12 years old when we got it. And we had it for
I
12
could
years.
drink a toast to Tangy in it.
We could do. But Dave, and your children watching, don't go drinking, children. Just want to get that across.
We don't drink children. We
No,
drink
we don't
brandy.
drink. No, yeah, I mean, don't do what I did and start drinking at 15 or 14.
I'll beat you there.
Well,
I used to spend my pocket money at school. And,
but if you go to France as a young child, giving a glass of wine is a very common thing.
Or do what I do. Went to Langley Mill Miners Welfare, saying I was going to the youth club and have a double whiskey. And they pour me onto the bus.
Oh yes, but let's just talk about Dark Age drink because didn't have whiskey or gins, so
No,
they're limited.
well, whiskey I think came in about the 12th century.
Yes.
It was called Aqua Liber, Water of Life. You drank low alcohol beer because the water was so dodgy, and you probably drink I drink a lot of water, so I'll probably be drinking a lot of beer. You had mead, of course, but of course there's cider. Well, all you do is mash up apples in a bucket, put a bit of water in, leave it, and you've got cider.
Yes.
And, the low grade beer you'd drink every day, and then big ale you'd have feasts, things like that. Or you could crush up pears and make pomaine.
Well, of course so. Yes, we
Well,
often
perry.
forget about cider and about wine as well.
Well,
I mean, it was imported.
Perry is a finer, more delicate, and that was saved for fancy occasions. It's also very nice to drink.
It is very nice to drink. I've got a nice cider in my fridge.
Woof. Okay, but yeah, mead of course is a favourite.
Oh yes.
Remember that stuff you had that's years old?
Well, I've still got 4 gallons of that.
Good grief.
And a little exclusive for you. We might buy some mead in and do some mead testing. But I'm not a big mead drinker, so it looks like you're going to have to take the bottle home. Finish it off.
You fly jets on this stuff, I tell you, why? Yeah, I mean, I'm used to drinking mead, but woof, baby.
Well, I gave it to a confederate who's an expert with mead.
All right.
Very big mead drinker. And he said, out of all the mead he's had, it's in the top 5. So
Yeah.
there you go. So I got a couple of comments. Pear cider. Yum. That comes from Tanji. And Tanji also says hello to Eirik and Jack. And a comment here from Eirik. Aside from nice ale I do like a glass of whiskey. Yum.
Yeah. Some whiskies are nice. I tell you, I like single malts, the ones from the islands. They are beautiful, but very expensive.
And can you explain what a single malt is to a double malt? Or
It's an unblended whiskey. If you buy a regular whiskey from the
Bowls.
supermarket, yeah,
not advertising for.
well, there's Bell's, Hague,
Yeah.
the major brands.
Grant.
They're actually blended with different types of whiskey. If you go to the Orkney Islands and around there, it's what's called a single malt. It's one brewing. Oh, it's Angel's Tears. And Irish whiskey, I like John Jameson whiskey. They're brilliant. They were brewing whiskey long before other people. Bushmills is the oldest one we know of in the British Isles. I've never had any Bushmills, a shame of face to say.
It's not bad.
But a little drop of whiskey is nice if I'm in the mood. But if I've got a nice cigar, I like brandy.
Got a comment here. This is from Joshua Neiman.
Hi, Josh.
And said, had 12 litres of mead for my 21st birthday.
By God, somebody likes you.
And another comment, we only finished half of it. So I'm not surprised.
Oh.
It is a very strong, alcohol. You get a few glasses of mead in you and you do know you've had it.
It's funny. You see my drinking horn.
Yes.
I could drink one of those and not be affected.
You can't drink one of them though.
No, that's more than a bottle.
Yeah, that's like 3 bottles.
My mate Anthony, he go, his legs fail to work, and yet he can drink beer that comes out of his ears. But hey, I guess Odin likes me as a mead drinker.
So Tanji says, "Hey Joshua," and got another comment. I'm not a big drinker. I'm a shopper. I'm not a big drinker too.
Who's that from?
That's from Tanji.
Oh, Tanji.
And Tanji does like shopping.
Yeah, I like shopping. It's odd that a bloke doesn't mind going shopping with a woman. A friend of mine, she went clothes shopping, and I enjoy it because it's so different from what I normally have in my life. And I was suggesting colour schemes and things like that, and that suits you, that's better for you, and things like that. And she was genuinely shocked, and I said, well, I live on my own, and most of my pals are men, or male. It's not through choice. I have female friends.
Of course, we all do.
But going shopping to me like that is something I really enjoy, and I think most blokes should pay more attention to it.
Oh, I love shopping.
Yeah. If you've got a partner, you should really, they should come first. And
of course they should do. If you look at it being love, that should be in all your life. Everything. Yeah.
Well,
not everything. But
women throw stones at me and go, bleh.
But there's someone out there for you somewhere. We're going to set you up on Tinder without you knowing. I got all the information. Anyway, this is from Tanji. I'm not a big... No, I read that one. This is from Tanji. Really? Egil likes shopping? A man after my own heart.
Yeah,
Did I read that one? I don't know.
Yeah, I love shopping.
Yeah, I do too.
It's just nice to have female company and to be able to talk about things that
But let's just compare shopping to the Dark Ages, because I imagine you didn't have your shopping malls or your big shops. I imagine shopping was a bit more limited.
Well, you go to the market and you could barter rather than buy.
Yes.
If you go to Derby, you've got Irongate joining Saddlergate, but you've got the marketplace, and it's been rumoured, don't know if it's true, that marketplace originally was a Viking.
Oh yes, and if you look in the Domesday Book, you'll see that Derby had more market stalls than Nottingham 1,000 years ago, and therefore was a bigger place. Sorry, it's Nottingham.
Snottingham.
Yes.
Yeah, quite possibly. But if you go to York, this is better illustrated. Look at the street names. You'll have Rouget Street, Street of the Jewellers, Kupasgata, Coppergate, where Jorvik is. That's the Cupmaker's Street. Each street will tell you what it makes. Skeldergate makes shields.
So Joshua said, I barely drink, so I gave what was left away. Oh, you should have known you would love that, wouldn't you?
Well, I'm not a...
Free mead.
I'm not a big drinker.
No, I'm not.
If you're going to drink, drink. If you're not, fair enough. I'm not one of these guys who has to go to the pub every night.
No, I don't want to pickle my liver, you know what I mean? But
well, I remember once I stayed at a friend's house and they just stopped me from getting absolutely blasted. It was the typical thing. I remember sitting at the table, Next minute I woke up in bed with no clothes on, wondering how the heck I got here. And apparently I just got absolutely blasted. There was nothing sexual about it, it's just that I lost 24 hours of my life and it kind of shook me.
It wasn't aliens, was it?
No.
Right, so Tanji says, I wonder how Vikings went shopping, ? Laugh out loud, there's a comedy skit right there.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to do more skits and little sketches.
Well, one of the things that made me smile was a local saint, St Werbera. And our only claim to fame as far
Not St Winston then.
No, his only claim to fame is walking through the market and bringing a goose back to life. So you imagine the butcher's stores would hate her. You know, there's a stock running away.
Was it an undead goose?
No idea. All I know is the line in this hagiography that she brought a goose back to life.
Oh, right.
Why she did it, where she did it, no idea.
Well, Jesus didn't do that. I know, moving
Let's
on from
not
that,
go with
Jesus
it.
folks.
But if anybody has any more knowledge about her, please let me know.
Oh, yes. We're always looking for more knowledge. We never stop learning, do we?
No, that's something.
I'm reading a book at the moment about life in Roman towns. It's very interesting. Although I'm currently reading the last section, which is on about the transition of towns from the Romano-British when the Romans left and how the Anglo Saxons carried them on, if they did.
Basically, that's the start of Derby. You had a fort here, and you had tradesmen all around it, and it became a vicus. And eventually, when the Romans left, you got the remains of a fort and lots of shops.
So we've got a comment here from Joshua, and they're saying, want to set up a stall at our local medieval fair next, but cannot decide if I am going to set my stall to be Viking or Arabian themed. Arabian, yes.
Well, that's entirely up to you.
Oh, yes, interesting.
But good luck on that. I don't know, what was he saying he was selling?
Well, I don't know. I'd assume it's just he manufactures things. It's always good. Love making things, don't we?
Well, you know, is this England?
No, I don't know. Where you're from, Joshua? I assume America. I mean,
but
I think
anyway,
50% of the people are from
there's
America.
all sorts of medieval fairs and things like that. If you get in contact with them.
And Tanji says, "Oh, Joshua, can you combine the two?" Yeah.
Why not?
Well, we forget. The Vikings travelled that far. You know, we forget. Don't want to. So I'll do Viking, but that's me.
Yeah, whatever. I can't draw breath, so I'm no good at that. I can fight, and that's about as far as it
know
goes.
what a breath looks like drawn on paper.
I can see it in my mind's eye.
Oh, I have to be like a cloud.
Yeah, we'll go any more.
No, we'll keep waiting to keep talking about things. We've still got 88% on camera and battery, so we're all right.
Okay.
So carry on.
Yeah, I mean, I know that in...
South Africa.
Oh, yeah. What's South Africa?
No, that's where Josh was from.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's very cool.
I'm sure they have reenactment stalls out there. Have a go. If you don't try, you won't know. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
It's a great thing to do as well, because you do get that interaction between...
Fantastic fruit from South Africa. They used to get those beautiful big black grapes.
Well, they've got such massive farms over there.
Well, they're like little plums.
Yeah.
They're great stuff.
I've never been there. My parents went.
Cape fruit. My granddad did, but we won't talk about that.
So Tanya says, well, if you consider the consumers in the area, maybe that can be basic on it for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of things.
But that's another thing, we often forget how many items are actually manufactured, individual items, and then reproduced in the Dark Ages. Millions and millions and millions.
Well, I mean, the classic cases, people talk about pots. One thing archaeology is full of is pottery shards.
Well, of course so.
Well, the thing is, you've got to remember that the average cooking pot, a ceramic one, would last about a week because of accidents or just overheating, and they would shatter.
Oh, yes.
Hence, you have piles and piles. I mean, here's the thing, in Rome, an excellent programme with Dr. Bethany Hughes, and the whole wall, or it's Mary Beard, the whole wall made up of rubbish, amphora, big olive oil jars, and it was just simply made a whole wall of it, and that's just one part
Yes.
of a rubbish tip. So rubbish, you know, it makes you wonder.
Some of these Roman rubbish tips, you know, pits, they're very deep, aren't they?
Well, you imagine what it's going to be like when they unearth our landfill sites. It's going to be all kinds of...
Are we going to have any landfill sites? Because they're on about now how they're going to have to recycle them because it's not very eco-friendly. And there's a hell of a lot of resources in these sites.
There's a lot of gases and flammable stuff.
But also, they've also created their own bacteria in these sites.
Well, it's, in one way, it'd be interesting to see where our plastics have survived over the years. There was an experiment that I've seen about the buried rubber dolls. 20 years later, all the colour had gone out of it, and it had changed. But you see, we don't know how plastic survives in antiquity because it's only just been invented.
We're not been there yet. But
Not
you know,
yet.
you can go to a rubbish tip and you can dig up crisp packets from the 1970s.
Well,
so
on the negative side, if they do that, the archaeological record for us will probably cease to exist in the eyes of people.
well, no, so I think we left so much rubbish about. They cannot dig up everything.
No, well, we'll see.
So Dragler says, "Hey Bragi," so hey Dragler, and he says, "Hey to Egil."
Hi.
So one of our subs. So, oh yes, they create music. So,
Anything else?
and Tanji says to hey Dragler. So we read some of your comments out earlier. We did not long recorded a comments video. So I'm trying to today we try to film some Friday and some Sunday content, as I was running short of that.
And anybody else? Well, as I say,
No, we'll just keep talking.
yeah. Well, it's the thing about, you know, you're talking about ecological. Look at the weather. We're almost semi-tropical nowadays. We get bright sunshine like we've got now.
Oh yes.
And then it'll pelt down with rain, which we've got flood warnings out for tomorrow. I heard it before, but don't believe it. My pepper plant is growing marvellously because of it. I mean, I've got 2 peppers on it, and I've got 3 or 4 flowers. So, you know, we'll have some more peppers growing soon.
And how old is the practice of having an indoor plant?
There you go. I'll be honest, I couldn't tell you. I'm sure people brought plants.
We know that the Vikings and the Saxons, and let's not forget the Angles, they did have small gardens and small herb gardens. I mean, those were essential for your cooking.
It depends. I mean, at the time of Yuletide, you brought greenery into the house. Now, whether it stayed there or not, I don't know.
Well, I assume it would have gone at some point.
And to be honest, it's not much point bringing a plant in a longhouse because there's not much light.
No, not a great deal of light.
And you also got various animals that tend to urinate on plants.
But of course, one thing which we often take for granted is the use of tablecloths. And now the fact that today we still use tablecloths, and you know, it's a practice been going on for a long time.
There is actually evidence that Charlemagne had an asbestos tablecloth, and what he used to do when visitors came, whip the tablecloth off, put it on a fire, and it wouldn't burn. So it used to impress people.
Oh.
I should think his health wasn't very good, but...
Yes, I've heard about that. But I think more research. So Tanji says, did Vikings have aloe vera plants for healing? No. When did aloe vera come about?
No, I could say I don't know, but I mean these plants...
I could research it.
These plants have been going on for years and years. Viking herb law, the women were expert on this. They would probably have something like that. Does it grow out east?
I'm not sure.
If it grows out east, then the Vikings certainly would have come in contact with something like that.
Oh look, no Wi-Fi. What are the chances of that? And we've got Wi-Fi on the phone. No.
But anyway,
Let's not beat the Wi-Fi up.
there were various plants and things of that nature. And it was from the wise women, the housewives, that the monks used to ask them. And hence, eventually, as time goes on, the monks took over healing and knowledge of that nature. But I'm blah, blah, blah. I think there was aloe vera around, and if there was, I'm sure they did have it.
Well, if they had it in the East, then fundamentally it could have got here, but it would have been one of those very rare commodities.
Perhaps you
I'd
could
imagine
tell us where it is.
It wouldn't have came here until much later in the medieval times. if not much later than that.
The shoes coming on.
Oh, Viking shoes, eh? We've got a pair of them in the post today.
Yeah.
So, Draglar says, yes, I do, XD, thanks. Oh, yes, I've been thinking about buying a keyboard, but it makes you think about music in the Dark Ages. If there you were, you're at some festival, you're going to some, let's say Olaf is having a do, somebody's getting married. Would you have heard music like we hear today? Or
Yeah, music was played all the time. In fact, Sutton Hoo, they found the remains of what we would call a harp. I don't know what the scale was.
Tangi says, can you show your shoe?
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
I've got much better shoes on today.
Yeah, I know, but...
Makes you think how old the tradition of wearing shoes like somebody. I'm wearing sea boots.
Yeah, I'm at there's my shoe. And what was the problem was these thongs keep coming undone, which hold the toggles in. There you go. I've only got little feet.
I got average big feet.
Mine's size 9.5, 10. 9 for a slipper.
So Joshua says, just thought of something. Do you have videos on lyre? I build a Tossingen lyre and struggle finding stuff that teach you how to play one. No, it's not something we got a great deal on really. There's a couple of channels which will play a lyre. There's a guy who does like a Bronze Age lyre playing and more Iron Age, I think. I can't remember his name. I use his music. If you type in lyre and then you go to the options and click Commons, Creative Commons use, then you should find some. But there's nobody teaching.
I used to have a cassette tape that I bought from Jorvik, which was music from the Viking Age, and that was played on a reconstructed harp and panpipes.
I do want to buy one, but I want, you can get kits. They're about £300-400. Make your own. I don't want to go down that route if I can help it. But at some point we will invest in one because it'd be quite nice to have that ability to make some noise other than blowing a horn or something like that. So,
but I think I don't know what scale they used. It may have been like the Greek, where you got a string that long, and the next one's half that, the next one's half that. It's different from our scale.
It makes you think. How did somebody come up with the invention of the harp? The lyre. So
who knows?
We missed a comment there. It's from Liam. Liam says hello.
Hi, Liam.
Liam's going to send us some stuff in the future.
Right.
Now, I did send you a link, Liam, some time back. If you didn't see it, it's where you can come and say hello and chat with me through the YouTube chat service, like a little messenger service they've got. Alternatively, you can just click on our Instagram, Bragi_Magnarsson, and you can say hello to me there, and we'll get that sorted, and we'll look at your products and review them for you. He's opening an Etsy page.
All right.
So,
whatever one of those is. And the next one.
Can you go back and look at these comments? Oh yeah, so didn't know you could do that. Learned something there. Yes, and Tanji says, oh Joshua, I've always wanted a lyre. I recently brought, give me a second, and 1889 or 1898 Sither from a local thrift store. Yeah, that is interesting.
Third band theme, Harry Lime.
Yeah. Yeah, a lyre is very similar to a guitar in a
I haven't
way.
played a guitar in young, so I wouldn't mind having a crack at the one you've got, but there you go.
Well, that could be an intro for a video.
Let me practice first.
I've not played for years, and I know we're not starting a band called Garth's Uncle. Garth's Uncle.
Yeah.
So Liam Fraser, okay, sounds good. I didn't see anything here on YouTube, but I'm sure to give you a follow on Instagram if I'm not already. Yeah, I'm still new to Instagram. Doing my nice boots up.
I wonder what was going on there. Hello.
Oh yeah.
As you do.
I got expensive sea boots. These are not cheap.
Well, these didn't cost me anything. My mate got them for me.
Yeah, though I hate to imagine how much Ivor Lawson would charge you now for a pair of sea boots.
If you can get hold of him.
I don't think you'll get much out of £1,000 for them.
He lives in Germany now, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, probably retired.
I don't blame him.
Well, I would do if I made stuff for the British Museum.
There's some really nice stuff. I've seen his work.
Oh yes.
So let us know how you're doing, Ivor.
Yes, and we're 83% on the battery, so we're doing okay, and it's 5:45.
Right.
So you've got about an hour left before a man called Bernard comes.
Groovy guy, Bernard.
And we'll get you back home by 7:15, tucked into bed before you know it.
Put into bed, right, yeah.
So, Tangi says, do you play instruments, Egil and Bragi?
I used to be in a band. I played lead guitar.
I'll get my harmonica out.
Rhythm guitar, and I jammed with a guy, I think from King Crimson, who blew me off stage. But yeah, I played quite a lot in the youth, but I wasn't as good as I thought I was.
I'm pretty good on the harmonica.
Yeah, I haven't got a guitar now.
Now, when's the last time you owned a guitar then?
Let's see, when I left the TA, 1980, about 1981, 82.
So Joshua says, Layla, I'm planning to build a Mongolia instrument similar to a zither. It just makes you think, there are some really nice people out there making Dark Age instruments.
It's some very talented people.
It is.
I've seen, there was a programme on Smithsonian Channel called Mystic Britain, and there was a guy there making reproduction harp.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Yeah, some of those early Irish
You know
harps.
the Sutton Hoo dragons, the ones I've got?
Yeah.
Not the the ravens that
Yeah.
I've got here.
Yes.
He got cast those in silver. Oh, boy.
Oh yeah.
And it made a nice sound, but...
Well, if we win the lottery, we'll get one made.
yeah, if I win the lottery, lovely. That big
So-
party.
Draglar says, I'll teach you guys. Well, that's very cool. I think there's a massive market for anybody who can teach people on YouTube how to play the lyre. Anything like that, because I think there is a massive market for that.
Well, my two nephews, they play. One's in a death rock band, goes around and about. And the other guy is taught by the lead guitarist from Cradle of Filth.
Oh yes.
I don't know who he is, but I don't know.
No, I wasn't really into Cradle of Filth. It's too progressive for me.
With this sort of emo
Too
group.
thrashy.
Is it? No.
Yeah.
I've heard of them, but
So Tangi says, oh, when I come to visit, I'll bring my harmonica too. And we can jam, Braggy. Oh yes, laughed out loud.
nice one.
Oh yes, I do like playing my harmonica. I've got a good ear for music. So, but it makes you think, you know, is that a generic thing, you know?
I don't know, my dad could knock a tune out of most things. He couldn't really play, but he could get a tune out for some
Well, my
reason.
mother couldn't sing to save her life, but my dad can.
Well, my grandpa was a member of the Royal Choral
course,
Society.
I vowed and promised never to sing on camera again.
Well, again, grandpa was a professional opera singer.
Yeah,
If you imagine me with a broken nose,
yeah,
there you are.
yeah.
You got my grandpa.
Oh right. So what kind of opera do you like?
Wagner.
Yeah,
All the others have these weird stories, which there's some of this. I like Carmen. I like that opera as
yeah.
well.
Puccini.
Yeah. My mum used to like Your Tiny Hand Is Frozen.
Yeah, my dad likes Pavarotti, but because he's got dementia, every time I tell him about Pavarotti, he learns that he's passed away. So he gets a bit upset. Yeah.
Oh.
But when did Pavarotti pass away? Years ago. And every time I tell him, he learns that. He
Yeah.
learns that.
I've got a tape of Pavarotti. He was a good singer.
He was a good singer.
Got a good pair of pipes on him. But as I say, Grandpa used to sing professionally.
Oh yeah, I say my dad was a professional singer for years. So Tanya says, oh, I love to sing opera. I did a silly opera song for the gazebo at our local park in a recent video. That's out loud.
Yeah. Well, I used to sing in a band occasionally, but I'm no great shakes, let's put it that way. Peter Gabriel's voice is quite safe.
Because Peter Gabriel's music for the Passion of the Christ is very good music.
He's an amazing singer.
CD, that.
Another great singer is, of course, Kate Bush.
Yeah.
I like her stuff.
Is Kate Bush still knocking about?
She's come back. She's had a child, and her concert sold out in a quarter of an hour. Of course, there's the great Amy Winehouse.
Yes.
I loved her music, and Adele.
Oh, I wasn't too keen on Adele.
Yeah, my sister isn't, but I like her.
I like Sia, or Saya, how you pronounce that.
And also the late and great Joe Cocker from Sheffield. He had a great voice on him. It sounded like he was gargling with gravel.
Who was that guy in the 60s who used to play the keyboard? George.
Oh, Georgie Fame.
Yeah, Georgie Fame, yeah. I always get his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very underestimated, was Georgie Fame.
Well, he was he wasn't really pop music. It's more
No,
like
no.
jazz blues thing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like Alexis Corner. People never heard much about him.
Tangi, you should type into YouTube the Jingle Swingers. They're a French opera kind of band that sing to classical music.
Yeah.
Very good. They did a back CD.
I'm not a great classical music. I love Jethro Tull music. I went to see them a few times.
Of course, you see Motorhead once.
Yeah, I was deaf as a post when I come out. All I could hear afterwards was "ee." Unfortunately, won't see Lemmy again.
No, rest in peace, Lemmy.
Yeah, it was amazing, and I was right next to the speakers, the PA. My mate Rob took me as a birthday present, and I loved it. But Jethro Tull, I've been seeing him about 4 times.
I always get him mixed up with the comedian.
Oh, Jethro, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're very different.
Yes.
I
think one's PC and one's not.
Well, I don't know. You have to ask Ian Anderson that one.
Yeah.
But
what about Rainbow? Did you like them? Not as in the TV show.
Oh, I like Rainbow, the TV
Well,
show.
we all know that.
I wasn't that enamoured. I was more a Hendrix and Clapton fan.
So you never, after spending time around turkeys, got the amount of heavy metal thrashed down you all the time? Because all he ever does is watch heavy metal videos.
Some of them are all right. It's horses for courses. I mean, Motorhead I liked. Iron Maiden, I like them.
Iron Maiden just rock.
Def Leppard, we used to have that on because when I was a student, my mate Bill...
Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, Thin Lizzy, now you're talking.
Now, I was a Guns N' Roses fan at school.
Yeah, I like Guns N' Roses.
That was my uniform. Guns N' Roses t-shirt and a Walkman. I used to wear jeans as well.
How times have changed.
Now, we've got some more comments. So, Tangi says, oh, I will. Oh, yes, do check out the Jingle Swingers. So, very good. I think you'll like them. And let's go back one. Just give me a minute. I've got a point. I know it's rude to point. This is from Joshua. Almost sang far over the misty mountains for a school talent show, but they didn't like that it had a mythical stuff in it. I mean, that's just so wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
And yes, we will be starting a new Monday series soon for Monday mornings. It's going to be called something like Mystic Monday Mornings or Mystic Mondays. So watch out for that. It's basically a new series I'm working on with my co-host, the eminent Egil, soon to be famous. But you're the one doing the main talking on it.
When will I be famous? I can answer.
That's probably copyrighted.
Brass.
Yes, I don't think we're going to get Egil singing on camera. You never know. I can't do that. I ain't got no skin there. Can't grab the thing, Egil.
I'm calling you.
So Tangi says, love Jethro Tull band. The flute music is epic. And I'm in love with the song by Rainbow, Catch the Rainbow.
Yeah. There's a sound. I mean, I like some heavy metal. Whitesnake. My sister went to see them. She was big on. Well, she still is big on heavy rock. We're a rocky family, man.
Who would you associate more with heavy metal, Vikings or Anglo Saxons?
Vikings.
Yes.
One of my favourite tracks from Jethro Tull, and the one it played at my funeral, is from the album Broadsword. It's Broadsword, and that is real inspiring you to fight music. But I want that played at my funeral, which it will be.
Many years from now.
Oh yeah.
And you're long in the beard, and your hair's all grey.
Well, what's left of it?
Well,
I've got a bit of a grey bit. Look.
Yeah. They've not invented that drug yet to get old men the hair back, have they? Because many years ago in the 90s, I've always thought to myself, well, one day they're going to invent a cure for baldness.
Yeah, it's called hair transplant.
A proper one, like a tablet that comes back next day. So I had this imagination that one day I'll be living the life what I'm living, and then suddenly all these old rockers will all come back with bigger hair. It'll just be like big hair rocking day.
Can you imagine in my generation when we get to the old folks' home, there'll be pensioners with cut-off denims with Megadeth.
I'll come and see you.
With Megadeth on it and Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath.
You're going to be in the same home as Turkey.
Oh, bloody well.
And Neo.
Whoa.
What a party that would be. So let's move on, read some more comments.
I'm actually 10 years older than the pair of them.
I know. Dragler, yes, Rainbow was great. Anything Dio? Oh yeah, and Dio, well, he was a legend.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Rainbow was fine. It was... I like Richie Blackmore's playing, but Led Zeppelin, no one's mentioned Led Zepp.
Yeah.
The great Robert Plant and Jimmy Page.
Yes, I had a beer one of them.
Or one of the most unsung heroes of the guitar world, Jeff Beck.
Well, yes.
That guy was fantastic. Peter Green, before he got his trouble, he was an amazing player. But there's some amazing guitarists, but I think the nearest we've got in a modern one, and people will disagree, is probably Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Well, he's been around a while. I mean,
I don't know what he does.
He's English, isn't he?
Yeah, well, originally he was born, I think, Stoke-on-Trent, moved out to America. As far as I know, Axl Rose sings with AC/DC.
So Tanji says, that's what wigs are for. I love my wigs. Oh yes, we know you do. Seen in the few now.
We have sent some pictures in for us so we can have a look.
No, I'll show you some of the videos again. Oh. We'll have to have an afternoon watching content. We can learn something. I'd be YouTubers. Anyway, Tanya says, where do you think my name came from?
Eric Clapton's Layla.
Laugh out loud.
Derek and the Dominoes.
Well, he didn't write that. Layla was written by Donovan, because I'm a big Donovan fan.
Yeah, well, anyway, that came off Layla LP, but it's also from the story of Layla and Possible, I think it's
and
called.
It says, laugh out loud, between Led Zeppelin song and the band Tangerine Dream. Yeah, good band Tangerine Dream.
Was that a guy?
Bit like Spooky Tooth.
Yeah, that poor guy who dived out of a window when he was high. Oh, what's he called? He sounded like a Tudor.
Black Sabbath.
Yeah,
Dragler.
Well, in actual fact, Tony Iommi did a session for Jethro Tull, believe it or not.
Yeah.
He played because he was on. It's a long story.
I got about 80,000 tunes on my iTunes, so I do love music.
And here's the latest. I'm bringing my music thing down for Andy, and he's going to put the complete Jethro Tull on. Woof.
Oh yeah, so on his little hard drive thing.
Well, I went to see Jethro Tull when they played Derby Cathedral, and waved at him. Ian Anderson waved back. But,
so Tanji says, my first name is really Tangerine, and my middle name is Layla from Eric Clapton. Yes.
Beautiful name.
And Eric Clapton, another great guitarist.
Yeah, he's apparently got a condition in his fingers now. Yeah, his early stuff, especially with John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, Cream, up to Derek and the Dominoes, I think is inspirational. The greatest track I think he ever did was called Stepping Out. I think that was just before Cream came around.
So Draglar says, laugh out loud, my name is stolen from Skyrim.
Huh.
I really must get back and do some more live streams on Skyrim. I've just been too busy recently, and I need to have the physical energy and not want to be listening to music. I tend to listen a lot at the moment to The Strokes and to Vampire Weekend's new album called Father of the Bride. Very good.
Oh, well.
So let's have a look. Any more comments?
I like to listen to Nick.
My surname. So Joshua says my surname means nobody. Neomand.
Oh, right.
No, I didn't know that.
Mine's pretty unambiguous at Carter. I think we can guess what that is.
Yes, well, my surname is not going to be told on the channel. So there we go. So people can find that out in real life. So Tanji says, really, Joshua, you're Mr. Nobody.
Whoa!
And Tanji says, there's tales about Mr. Nobody. Was Mr. Nobody one of the Mr. Men?
Different generation, dear boy, different generation.
Well, I thought that was your generation. Was it my generation?
I'm older than that. God, that sounds awful.
So Joshua says, yub yub, making puns are fun. Indeed they are. Puns are very old, you know.
Well, yeah.
If you can't joke and laugh, then it's a sad world, isn't it?
Certainly is, but no, I'm interested to find out my mother's maiden name was Branscombe, and I was interested to find it means Raven Valley.
Yes.
We go way, way back.
And also a nice sauce.
Mm.
With pickle.
Well, it's not. That's Branston. We're Branscombe.
Ah, see.
Well, the difference, matey. One's Archbishops of Exeter and the other's pickle manufacturer.
One you have in sandwiches and one you put in a church.
Yeah.
Not like I go one of them very often.
Well, my ancestor's actually buried in Exeter Cathedral right next to the altar.
I went past the church the other day.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Oh, stop it.
Yeah, you're turning into Kenneth Williams again.
No.
No.
I used to have his diaries. I don't know if you've read them.
I've not read them.
I gave them to my sister.
Weren't they dramatised into a TV series recently?
Yeah, he's had a weird life. I tell you, the spiciest diary was Joe Orton's. And I gave that to my sister. I said, don't let the children see it.
So Tanji says, imagine the teasing I got with my name. I love my name.
Yeah,
Well, you got to love your name.
Layla is a lovely name.
It is a lovely
There's nothing
name.
wrong with that. Robert Wyatt, that's the guy I was talking about. He jumped out of a window.
Oh, not one of the White brothers.
No, he's with Tangerine Dream, I think. Robert Wyatt, he's still making music, but poor lad's in a wheelchair.
Oh, even though he managed to fall out of a window.
Yeah, broke his back.
Oh dear.
But you must admit, the name Robert Wyatt does sound like a rebellious bloke in the Elizabethan
Yeah, either that
times.
or Sheriff of Tombstone.
But if you're watching, Robert, keep up, keep in there.
Well, you never know. You might watch our content.
Yeah.
So, Dragler, there is the race of the Dragar. These are undead Nords. Oh, yes, I fought a few of them. And perhaps one day we'll get Egil playing on a computer game. And it will probably be Skyrim. And when's the last time you played on a computer game, Egil?
I never. Oh, tell a lie. Well, you know, in the old one, the tennis where the balls. I played that one.
1978.
Yeah, it was 70s.
So imagine Egil played on the Xbox.
Yeah. I was in the band at the time, and it was 2 o'clock in the morning.
So, Draglar, read that one. So, Joshua, I never had a teasing problem with my surname. Well, don't put up with it.
Well, I found a way of queuing bullies. Beat 7 bells out of them.
No, I think a tooth for tooth doesn't work these days. You've got to embarrass them. Because that's
It worked a treat when I was at school.
It may work a treat back in the day, in the 50s or 60s, whenever that was, but it's not very PC these days.
I don't like PC. PC
I know,
is the
but
language of cowardice.
I know, but
if you're going to have a problem,
bullying the bully doesn't really resolve the problem.
No,
I find
wasn't
using
bullying a bully at
using
all.
well, I
I
know
was giving
what you
him
mean.
a kicking.
Well, you could stand up for yourself. Granted, if someone's going to bully you and have a go at you physically,
good
then
old Viking tradition.
You're not going to lie there and take it.
Well, that's it. We used to see that.
So Atari is awesome, and that comes from Tangerine Layla. Oh yes.
Sorry, that's going back a bit. That's all gone
And
quiet.
Joshua Neiman says, I have seen more enemies in games called Dragar. Oh yes, the undead, or the afterwalker, the Applaganga, I think is another nurse term for it. Is it the game walker? Appla again? Yeah. Well, Ganga is to walk. So.
This is getting all computery now.
I know.
Which case?
When's the last time you turned your computer on?
About 3 weeks ago when I wanted to charge up my music thing.
Computers, eh?
And after that, before that, it was 18 months.
I imagine a Viking would just cope with a computer by smashing it with an axe when it doesn't work.
Ah, now that's where my Viking blood comes in. Me and my sister, we agree on this. If a machine doesn't work, it's irrelevant, therefore should be destroyed. I had a video player once, and I forget what it was, it didn't work. So I set about it with my axe. I was walking on bits of plastic for about a fortnight, but you know what, it was worth it.
Was it satisfying?
Oh yeah. By the way, Let's go back in time.
I know what you're going on about here. And about a certain device.
The printer.
And the Danax.
Yeah.
So not being at the workshop to get a printer yet.
Yeah, well, we've heard this. It's been about a year now.
I know. It's on the list.
And we want to see this, don't we, folks?
We are going to see it one day, and me smashing up the printer.
Let's start a campaign. Smash the printer.
But it's not just about printers. It is about the enormous rip-off printers are, and the enormous rip-off which is printer ink. It is. I mean, whoever comes up with a cost-effective and economic printer with fair price print will make a lot of money in this world, because printer ink is ridiculously expensive for what it is.
The first printer I had was, I think, a daisy wheel job, and you got a kit with a syringe, and you had 2 tubes of black ink and a thinner, and you injected this actual cartridge with the ink, and it carried on beautifully.
I know, but they put chips in, and they stop you from doing that, and they're very clever.
I don't know why they do that, because they can make a good living selling the ink.
And do you realise that your printer cartridge probably costs them about 30 to 40 pence to make, but yet they still charge you pounds and pounds and pounds, or dollars?
Mine's dried out because my computer won't talk to the printer.
So Tanji says, laughs out loud, and then Joshua says, have you heard of a game called Northgard? It is Viking themed. I may have seen an advert for that. So I'll have to look into that a bit more. And Tanji says, oh, the tale of the printer and the Danax. Yes, please. It will happen. Yes.
We heard this last year.
I know, but I haven't got the printer yet. And I don't want to break up the printer I'm currently using, even though I don't like it. Yes. So Tanji says, here in Canada, the printers are £20 and the ink is $65. So that's exactly it. They make the printers cheap and the ink expensive.
The exchange rate used to be
it's a rip-off.
$4 Canadian to the pound.
So Draglar says, no, didn't hear about that, Joshua. Yeah, I'll have to check that game out. So the Starn, so hello and welcome to this live stream.
Hi.
And they say working on an oak floor. Fare the well. Oh, you can't beat a nice wooden floor, can you?
I don't know, I live in a concrete box, to be honest.
Well, fair enough.
I used to have wooden floors in my youth.
Yeah, in your youth.
Yeah, we did have wooden floors then, not caves.
Oh, right.
I'm only 64.
I know you are. There's a song about that, you know, being 64.
Well, make it up, because in November I'm 65.
Oh, boom and I ain't got long to do that one, have we?
2 years I retired. Well, I worked it out. Was it 12? Was it August, September, October, November? 12, 13, 14, 15 months I retire, so...
I wonder what the retirement age is in Canada.
I don't know, Tangi, if you know. I'm sure you're many years away from it, but if you let us know.
Well, we're still doing this and, when I retire. You'll be very old then.
Well, this is my pension plan.
I'll have to push you on in a wheelchair.
Yeah, you wait, matey. I'll be doing the pushing, boy.
No, I'll keep you to that. That's what I like to hear.
I'll be outliving the lot of you. Even then, again.
So Tanji says, it's 65 in Canada for retirement.
It used to be 65, but I just missed it.
Yes, and they put it up 67 for you then.
No, 66 for me. It's 67 for the likes of yourself.
Well, I think it'll be more like 70 by the time I get there, to be honest with you.
I shall be. We'll be YouTubing it, but.
Well, yes, we could be on our international world tour. They may have released information about aliens by them, and we could be on an international space tour.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, you know,
he's been eating the blue bits out of the washing powder again.
No, don't do that, children. It's very bad for you.
That's why. Anyway.
I went out of them the other day and we couldn't do any washing. It was terrible.
I did some washing the other day as well. Clean pants rule.
Oh, indeed. So what's your washing day then?
Whenever I run out of pants.
Right.
I'm going to buy...
That's underwear to you folks.
I insist on clean underwear and socks.
I never thought we would talk about Egil's underwear on the channel.
It's got to be every day. I won't wear them longer than that because it's just not nice.
You could be like a former host and wearing your wife's. Moving on from that one. So
I ain't got a wife.
Not yet.
Mind you, let's be honest. We both could have...
You carry on a minute. I've been shouting.
Anyway.
I'm going now.
Now it's gone. We can talk about him. I can hear him being shouted. But anyway, clean underwear, socks every day. You've got to do it. It's the way. I just don't like the idea. And meanwhile, Bragi's coming back.
Would you like a coffee?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I like my coffee black and strong. Thank you. Cheers. I'm just going to have a sip of this. And yeah, as I say, things in the moment, we're moving along and we're always glad to hear from you. If you leave a comment, I'm going to have to wait till Bragi gets back because I can't see what he says, what you're saying. But we're always glad to have these, and I think, yeah, we should do more of these live chats because it sort of shows a human side, shows that we care, and that's what it's all about. As I say, it's a weird time of the year. I noticed that things like blackberries and things are blossoming a lot earlier than they should do, and I'm hoping to goodness that the frost doesn't nip them because we're about due for that. And as you gathered, I'm rambling on talking about nothing. Well, that's what I do, man. And as I say, I mean, we always try to mix the content up as much as we can, and if you've got any comments, send them in. If you think a live chat every week is a good idea, then please let us know. It's a bit awkward, as I say, when one of us gets called away because of what's going on. And I'll just get up close and have a look, see if we can get there. Right. Yeah, I can't see them anymore, so we apologise for the time because we did it off our own bat and we realised that time zones are different. To us it's about 6 or 7 o'clock at night, whereas to you guys it's probably midday or even so. Some of you are at work, some of you are not, and probably some of you aren't your dinner. And the footsteps show us we've got Bragi. Yeah, I see those boots anywhere. And I've been talking nonsense at you for ages, and he's standing off camera. He's got
well, you made a few videos now.
Yeah, well, okay. And we'll bring you back to Bragi with his box of tricks. We'll knock his coffee down. Over to you.
Now, do you want to know how to make Egil smile? Let's just show him this.
Whee! I'm a big military collector. Well, I'm more medals. Let's have a look.
Here's a medal for you. You can talk about this.
It's a star from World War II. Let's get it out and have a look.
Egil loves medals.
I collect medals. And
I collect cat badges.
That's worn on the sleeve. That's a mine clearance. That's
No, it's the cat badge. It's not one on the sleeve.
No, it isn't.
Sure, I hope.
Right, this one is Africa Star.
Oh, there you go.
Now, for you in Canada, your guys got this, but on the back would have the name, rank and regiment and number. In England, we're tight. We don't get that. But this is for beating Rommel in his Africa Corps.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll hand you back that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at what else you've got in there. I'll get bitten by this, man, I tell you. Right, let's have a look.
He loves this stuff.
Lancashire Fusiliers. These guys had a hell of a war in World War One.
Lancashire Fusiliers badge.
Ah, you've got an old Soviet one. I have no
No,
idea.
I've only got that because it's got some pure gold in the middle. I paid quite good for that.
Cardiff.
Yeah. This is how you get Egil excited, by showing him stuff like this.
Ah, now that's different because it doesn't normally have that.
I know, well that's one of the rare version.
Yeah, that eventually became the tank corps.
Yeah, so I wish we could stream every week. I would like to do more, but I don't like doing it on my own.
Have you got my old regiment, the Notts and Derby?
Oh, there'll be one in there somewhere.
I'll tell you what you have got, which is good, and those the Royal Naval Division ones.
Yeah, well you don't get many of them anymore. I never got the complete set though. So let's have a look at these. So a friend of mine got her hands on World War II German medals.
Yeah, I've got a few of them.
Yeah. But it's something we don't often think about. You know, in the Dark Ages, you went into battle, you didn't get awarded a medal, did you?
Now medals started with well, there were awards in ancient Egypt, If you're a general, you got a gold bangle. The Romans had campaign medals. And then this, oh, that's a nice one.
There's some Canadian ones in there somewhere.
Right. No, as I say, I love the medals. Cap badges are interesting. Oh, that one was £8.
Yeah, it was, but a lot more now.
Yeah, well, you've got some rare ones in here. Raw Scots Greys. Woohoo! Don't exist anymore.
No, another one that's got no longer around. They had a good history.
Yeah.
So I've got another comment here. I just realised through you, I got to know Layla, and through her I got into a whole... Got to go up slightly. Come on, where are you? A whole witch community on YouTube.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I am happy family of pagans and witches.
Yeah.
Oh yes, well you're very welcome here.
Now here is... That's the cap badge of the Notts and Derby, of which I was in the Worcestershire Foresters.
So Egil was in them.
And your grandfather...
Yes, indeed. Got shot by a sniper, World War One. He was a sniper too, of course.
Oh, well.
And he survived.
Yeah. What was his name?
Oh, Billy.
Because he was quite a character. So. Hey, you got two.
Oh no, what? No, one's different. One's later.
Yeah. Of course, I've got the one that says Derbyshire on it. They were only issued for 6 months. Anyway, I suppose I better put these down.
Yeah, let's put these away.
Otherwise he's going to get upset.
He'll get too excited by them.
I'm not excited, I'm just curious.
Perhaps we could look at a bag of weapons, because people like weapons.
Yeah. Same old, same old. Not as good as medals. Ow!
Was that your foot, Egil?
No, but I thought I'd better warn you just in case. You keep sitting on my knife.
I know, your knife's sticking into me.
Well,
I'm glad it's your knife.
this is a family channel.
And it's nice and blunt, so it's not going to do me much harm. Although the sewing's doing quite well on that.
Well, you did it for me again, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. We did that on camera. You can actually see that. So here we've got a large bag of weapons. Look, this is what every Viking should have.
Right.
These are my weapons.
Okay, you have them. Well, they're not actually. Oh, this is my axe.
The axe is up there. But I thought we could talk about a mace. We don't often talk about maces.
Now,
A little bit later.
these are late. This is a Norman one. Now, if you look on the Bayeux tapestry,
Yes.
you'll see a guy riding a horse with Bishop
Horse.
Odo written over him, and one of these flying off. So it would lend itself to suggest that not only do you go bonk, but if you see somebody in the distance, you throw it at them. Why a mace?
Oh, indeed.
Well done, boy in green. Now,
Oh,
it
I'm
was
green.
the church said that no man of God could draw blood. Now, apparently it was wrong to use an edged weapon or a spear, but it's all right to bash someone's head into a gory pulp.
It's a bit of a strange statement, that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not going to enter into that, but you know my views upon such
I've
things.
got a couple of comments to read.
Go on now.
So let's just go back a second. Hang on a minute. So Draglar, so thank you guys so much. No, you're very welcome.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
You know, we want to make a nice family community, but everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter what faith you have or what faith you don't have.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you believe in the power of positivity and goodness.
As long as you're decent
Yeah,
and
let's make a better world.
Yeah.
You know? So, and give people a nice home to go to. Let's face it, this world is a very stressful one at times.
Well, it's because we make it, so.
We do. So, greetings all. It's on the stars.
Ah, hi.
So, greetings all, including you, Tangerine, hail. And Tangy says, big hugs, Draglar, 3 purple hearts. And then we have a comment here from Vegan Doll. So, hello there, Vegan.
My sister's a vegan.
Oh, yes. And they say, good morning, campers. So,
Lady, hi.
oh, yes, that's another great series. And Tangy says, laughs out loud, thanks, Starns. And then Tangy says, hey, vegan. And Tangy Lady says, the Sleepy Oracle. Oh, cool medal.
Yeah.
And hitting my basket. Vegan Dole says, what's the bird on the cup?
Robin.
No,
Oh,
it's not. It's a wren.
It's a wren. Sorry, we've got another one which has got a robin.
Yes, we've got two of those.
It's a little Jenny wren. They're beautiful birds. Very small.
Yes.
I haven't seen one in ages, I must admit. But
Oh, very nice.
yeah, we're lucky. We've got some very beautiful birds in this country.
And Tangi says, that's not a knife, that's a knife. That's out loud. And Joshua says, my brother made me a seax blade.
Yeah.
If I have the time again, I hope to make a spear and small axe. Wish I could afford a sword. Well, save up.
Yeah.
If you want a good sword for a good price, I recommend Armour Class. They're a reasonable price and a little bit cheaper than Paul Binns. But you still get a decent blade.
Yeah, you pay for what you get though, don't you?
So, Vegan Dole says, wheelmen carry a mace. No, wheelmen carry two maces. Joshua Nimmin says, maces equals dues vult.
What?
Dues vult.
All right.
I'll have to look into that. So Tangerine says, so I've got to go to the screen and point it up. We've not got the ability yet. Well, I could actually watch this on here. No man. Last Out Loud Vegan from Tangerine. Draglar, a mace or a flail is called a Morgenstern in Germany.
Morning Star.
Morning Star, yeah.
Morgenstern. Yeah, well, it's not my cup of tea, I'll be honest with you.
I think they're a little bit too heavy for combat.
It's a bit. It's a two-handed job, really, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're trying to fight one-handed with that.
Yeah.
It's quite heavy. Plus, you could easily do a lot more damage with one of these than you can with an axe.
Always reminds me when this guy playing Bishop Odo, he caught me there with a sword, and I was laying on the floor thinking, I've lost my hand. And all I could hear was this big pile of mail going, oh, man, this is all right.
Well, I can remember we did a battle at Tatton Park, and Tatton Park is very famous because it's got one of the most haunted houses and halls there, the Great Old Hall, medieval hall.
Liverpool way, isn't it?
Well, it's getting that way. And yes, it's very true. As soon as you step into this enclosure where the old hall is, you get this sudden cold feeling and you know there's something very wrong in this place. Anyway, so it's very haunted and lovely place to visit. I was going to say something about it, but I lost my track there. I'll tell you one of the things they did do there in World War II was the Americans used to practice parachuting there because there's one or two accounts of parachuters failing and dying on Tatton Park, and they say that some of the ghosts that I've seen are American airmen. There you go. So Tangi says, oh, could you do a location video there, the haunted place? Well, if we ever start travelling, then we'll all try to get there one day. Well, it's a very nice place to go and visit.
Both our houses are haunted, aren't they?
Oh,
yours is,
yes.
and so is mine.
Oh, we had another experience Saturday evening.
All right.
So I got downstairs where my dad sleeps. There's a room, and we never really used it for like the 20 years we lived here. It was a dining room, so occasionally got used. But the room always had an atmosphere and a smell. So when my dad moved in, we had a few things go on because I moved the furniture about, and there was some very clear evidence that the room was haunted.
Spooks don't like movement.
So I went down there Saturday evening. It was 2 o'clock. I went to check on my dad. He was asleep. The room felt nice and warm. But I went down there at 10 to 3. And I moved something. I took some washing out. I made 2 piles. The room went freezing cold. Right. All my arms had goosebumps on. And then I had this feeling that there was like somebody, 2 hands on my back of my shoulders.
Yeah, they always do the neck grab.
And it wasn't more neck, it was more shoulders. It was more like having a heavy weight. And you got the presence that you weren't welcome.
Yeah, because if you imagine a film from that period, and then you're superimposed over it and you're moving stuff around, screws with them. I had an incident at my place, and sorted him out. As you go through my door, there's a corridor, and I was talking to my mate Anthony at the time, and all these books started flying out and was pushed over. Well, as you can imagine, I wasn't very happy.
No.
I informed the aforementioned spook that if he did it again, I would send him to a place he wouldn't like. And I sort of said, try me.
Nottingham.
Yeah, damn sight worse than that. And I said to him, you're a coward when you're alive, you're a coward when you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if I'm frightened by silly old men, then I'll time I packed in. you could live here, but you don't mess with me, and I won't mess with you, because I'll win. And this is the thing I find with ghosts. They're very much like dogs. They expect to win, and it really screws them up when you're not afraid of them. And they can get inside your head. They can tell what you're thinking. So, you know, when you pull the aerial out of your television, if you do that or think flames, they can't get in your head. And I have experience with things like that, so let's just say that. I had a word with the one here, and I got the usual crap about touching you on the back of the neck, and I thought, yeah, you could do that, mate. We'll see.
At least it's not a poltergeist, so we're all right.
Yeah.
So,
but it did damage that bowl.
well, it did damage the bowl and damaged my nice sewing box from 1939, the bucket.
Yeah.
Last thing I do when I get that ghost, I ain't afraid of no ghost. Now, moving on from that, read some more of these wonderful comments. And Tanji says, ooh, and puts the ghost emoji next.
Yeah.
Spooky. And Joshua says, my grandfather was said to be able to see ghosts.
Yeah, some people, I've seen ghosts. We heard us talk earlier about Richard Felix. He runs the jail.
Oh, yes.
And I saw a ghost.
Not a proper jail, the museum.
I saw the ghost as clear as he is here next to me, and I spoke to her. And she disappeared very quickly, but I have seen her. I did an all-night vigil at Chilwell Military Department, and I couldn't stop. I just saw stuff and was talking with stuff. I don't consider myself psychic, but I was switched on that night.
I can sense them, but I can't see them. So Vegan Doll says, I'm not a ghost or a cult leader. Those are unproven rumours.
But no, as I say, Derby has a reputation for ghosts, and there are a lot of them around.
Exactly.
And it looks like I'm going to be rambling on, so I'll be rambling on about ghosts. One of the features in Derby is, of course, the famous ghost walks. An interesting thing happened to me actually. I was learning the walk. I don't do them now. And we were at a place called Seymour's in Derby, which is next to St Werburgh's Church. Well, you can pick it up on the Google map. And we've been upstairs. We were talking in general like we are now. And a woman said, can you photograph ghosts? And we said, no, you can't, not necessarily. And we went downstairs. Now, there was a group there from a local firm, and one of the girls was wearing a very low-cut gypsy top, and she was a big lass. And this guy took a picture. Well, when the picture came out, I wasn't in the picture, neither was Richard, neither was the fruit machine, but there was an old man with his face down, looking right down this poor girl's blouse.
Oh dear.
And the weird thing is, a fortnight later the guy died.
Oh.
But this is a book of Ghosts of Derby. You like me, you've got the rare one that isn't signed.
Yeah. Yeah. Partly the signed copy is too common.
Well, here we have St Altman's tomb, which is in Derby Museum. Tyke, you got in that?
Yeah, show him that. I let you see that.
It's a very unique. It's a unique style.
If you recently saw the Anglo Saxon Viking Derby video, you see that tomb in the picture in the museum. So, Vegan Doll says, so you're a ghost. Spooky.
Not yet, baby. Not yet.
Yeah, you're going to come back and haunt us then?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wicked.
I want to be one of these guys who you see in the street, talk to me, and then when you turn around I've disappeared, and then you could smell my pipe in the museum, and if you act up I'll trip you up downstairs.
That is a very rare book to find. It's the Ghosts of Derby, and it's by Wayne Anthony and Richard Felix.
I met Wayne Anthony because he was asking about, I was working in the then Industrial Museum, and I told him a story. I've got that.
Yeah, I found that the other day.
And I told him a story. A female, a friend of mine, we were cleaning the floors using one of those buffers. And there was big heavy fire doors.
Yes.
And we stopped, and the doors opened like that, count to 3, then closed. and there was nobody there. And these are heavy doors.
Oh, yeah, oh yeah.
Do you remember the stairs at the back by the steam engine?
Yes.
Those doors.
Yeah, they are big doors.
Yeah. Well, we had that, and also we did a vigil there, and I was in the little office and got a stone thrown at me. And I went back home, sat down, and I used to have a toilet duck in the lavatory. And I was thrown across the room, so I had to send it back.
It's not a duck he keeps in the toilet, no.
It's called a duck because it's a plastic bottle with a duck shape.
Egil does not have a pet duck in his bathroom.
I wouldn't mind a pet duck, I must admit.
As long as it's not a duck of evil. So, we've got a comment here from Vegan Dolls. I love that you pronounce Derby as Derby.
Yeah, well, this is an English spelling. I assume you're from abroad. Derby, it's like they call a bowler hat a derby. I don't know why, but Derby, Lord Derby, is the way we pronounce it. I don't know how they pronounce it abroad.
Well, Derby. You know, you often go like to Rake and you say, you know, you're from Derby, or they all see you from Derby, and they all pronounce it Derby, because they're just pronouncing it the way they see it, and they don't understand that we pronounce it years in a day.
Well, there's about 3 or 4 Derbys in America, and people from Derby have actually set up states.
Oh, yes.
I can't remember who they were, but what used to be the Heritage Centre, now hairdressers, they've got the initials of all these people.
Oh, I did not know that. I went past there the other day.
Yeah, that's full of spooks as well.
What? The hairdressers?
Yeah. Well, it used to be
It was. I remember going there.
It was a grammar school.
Richard Felix gave me a Roman coin for free.
Oh, right.
So, Tangerine Layla says, oh, please smash that like, folks. Oh, yes. Grab a big mallet. Yeah, like this. And you get your thumb and you go, smash on the like button. There you go.
Oh, right.
I think Egil's confused there. It's a metaphysical smash and not a real one.
Okay.
So you smash the like button.
Okay.
It just means liking it and clicking it, Egil.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
One wonders why they don't say that.
Well, it's more of a gaming way of saying it. You know, you'll say, you know, your gaming channel. Hello, it's Red, and don't forget to smash the like button. You know.
Okay, let's move on.
Yes. So, Tangi says, Layla, no rubber ducky, question mark, laughed out loud.
No, it was actually plastic, but it was a spook I brought back with me. I think it was a little boy, but I soon sent it packing back.
Of course, the Industrial Museum is famous for having a ghost in the lift.
It's supposed to be, but it's actually a computer program that runs. If you go to the back part, that's where they used to keep the orphans who they nicked from the East End of London and kept them prisoner.
So, Vegan Doll says, how's the weather?
It's pretty good at the moment. Bad. It's warm. It's not nice at night because I can't get to sleep when it's too hot.
Bit muggy.
They have forecast rain for tomorrow, actual floods. I've seen it. If we believe the weather forecast...
I'm in Derby tomorrow for beer.
We should have floods every day of the week, but they have not happened. But
beer's my official day to start having a drink Wednesday. I said beer, didn't I? I said Wednesday, didn't I?
Yeah, beer day.
Beer day, yeah. Odin's Day.
Well, actually, in fact, the Germans call it midweek.
Do they?
Yeah, midweek. Okay, any more?
Oh, there'll be loads more yet.
How are we doing on battery power?
We're doing okay. We're on 61%. I actually remembered this time to plug in my battery pack.
Whoa.
Woof, woof. Oh, yes. So, you know, we could have been filming some content, but we decided to do a live stream today with you guys because we do love you guys. You know, we've got such a great fan bases, haven't we, and subs. So, thank you very much. And if any of you guys are on Reddit, and then please share our content. I'm rubbish at sharing, I would admit that.
Yeah, what's next?
I'm getting better. And also let's thank Thomas Dale for sharing our content too.
Okay, Tom.
He does a great job with the old hashtags.
Yeah. And what's the next one? I can't...
Well, nothing's coming through yet. So we'll just keep randomly talking.
Oh dear.
That above me is a deer, no idea.
Yeah. Well, I've been chatting away for a bit.
Oh, we love you all too. Oh, yes.
Who's that?
That's Tangi.
Hi, Tangi.
Oh, you know, love is a powerful thing. I think the most powerful force in the universe, love. You know, love conquers all.
You can tell he likes Donovan, can't you?
In the chilly hours and minutes.
He owns a Greek island, doesn't he now?
What, Donovan?
Yeah.
He's not a Greek island, is he?
No, he owns one.
Oh, does he? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because it's you know his son-in-law is, don't you? Sean Ryder. That's his son-in-law.
Who's Sean Ryder?
Out of the Happy Monday.
Oh, that bloke who swears a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
You're like the Bez of Northworthy.
I've heard of Bears.
Yeah, everyone's heard of Bez. He won Big Brother.
Yeah. I was just seeing him. He just danced all the time.
Oh, so Vegan Doll says, what time is it there?
It's watch on at the moment.
Well, it's 25 minutes to 7 o'clock at night.
Wow.
So just gone 6:30. So normally by this time Egil's back home now.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Having my dinner.
Yeah.
Hint.
Yeah, I kept you working today.
Yeah, I know you have.
It's got to get you working.
It's tough being eye candy, let me tell you, Vegan. It's not all martinis and matinees.
Vegan Doll says, you guys getting excited for American football season? Go Broncos.
I have to be honest with you. I loathe and detest sport.
I'm not a big sports fan, but I will be looking forward to the next Super Bowl. I watched the last 2 Super Bowls.
I like to see Derby County winning. But
Yeah, well, that's our local football team.
American football is a complete and utter mystery to me.
Because Derby's just signed Wayne Rooney. Come on, Rooney! So, number 33 shirt, isn't it? Or 32? I forget now, 33.
No idea.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was brought up to despise football. It's
Yeah.
just one of the things.
I don't really understand American football, but I do find the Super Bowl entertaining. But
Well,
I think that's
it's
about my limit.
taking territory, from what I can gather. It's like a cross between rugby and...
Although I do know somebody who is a BBC presenter and a commentator on American football.
Well,
So there you go.
my late cousin was a third reserve for the Barbarians.
So-
No, Harlequins.
Vegan Doll says, I'm just waking up having breakfast.
Oh, babe.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's all right.
Have a nice breakfast.
Vegan Dolls, all you need to know is that you're a Bronco fan.
All right, well, fair enough. I've got a
I'm a New
Ravens
Yorker, if anything, because that's where my regiment come from, but that's another thing. So, the Starns, Saturday, or Heimdallr's Day, for cleaning. Yeah, I can never pronounce his name wrong. I'm not very good at English.
It is his native language.
I know. Well, I didn't speak to her. I was about 5.
Right.
And I never stopped since. So,
Yeah, he hadn't got much to say.
Dragler, how about you use some of your music for your new Mystic Monday series?
Yeah, it's sort
Oh,
of...
some of your music. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be happy to do that. So he's got a channel where he produces videos and he makes some music to the videos. It's mainly he makes music, and then he shows it off.
Have you got an amp?
Yeah, upstairs.
Well, bring that down on the
2.
guitar and I'll knock someone out.
I got rid of my 500 watt cardboard Stingray one.
Yeah, it's probably just as well. The Windows wouldn't take it.
Yeah,
Your dad would leap out of his skin, I think.
never mind. Yeah, so we're hoping to start this Mystic Monday series probably beginning of September, and this will give us a bit more of a basis to talk about subjects we're not covering on the channel, which aren't really Dark Age related, but more mystic related.
It's another Mystic Monday.
And it's the same principle of the 2-minute History Monday videos. Are going to be brief and snappy because I like them. They're easy to edit.
I don't know.
And the Starn says thanks for the room work.
I'm glad you like
Thank
that.
you, Egil.
Yeah, I'm glad you like that. We've got a lot more in the pipeline, so to speak. But a lot of it is down to the individual to explore further. And I deliberately won't talk about magic because that's up to you, the individual.
Yeah, we're not a
explore.
magical channel.
No, I mean, there's plenty of people out there doing it, but it's not the point.
But
It's self-knowledge and exploration.
But I certainly felt there was a big gap in that market on YouTube for good content on runes. And content from somebody who knows what they're talking about and has experience. And how many years have you been casting runes? A lot.
About 30, 40 years.
So there you go. You can't buy that experience. So that's a pleasure, Starnes. We are working on the second series very soon because fundamentally we've got about 5 weeks left, I think, on this series. There's going to be some in-between content, which will be some filler content on that subject. Then season 2 will start. But we're also looking as well as covering the Ogham because there's not much on the Ogham. And if we can manage it, we'll try to get that out
Yeah, I've got to do some research
Yeah,
on that.
if not,
one.
we'll save that for next year. But I hope to get it out this year. That we'll see. Leave it with us.
Yeah,
We don't overdo it, do we?
do a large comment there.
So, vegan dolls, I do a football tutorial video for you. Fall isn't fall without football. Oh no. But yeah, I don't really understand the rules of American football, but I do find it entertaining.
Don't understand the rules of English football.
No, I don't really. What's offside? You told me. So Tanji says, oh, I got my first set of runes and a book today from a mutual friend, Thomas Dale. Oh, good, you got your parcel. I'm glad about that.
Was it the runic workbook?
Yes, got delayed in customs probably. But I won't open it until he hearts back to me. Here's back to me. So now I'm staying my package. I can't open yet.
Right.
I'll send you a text message in a minute
now,
after this.
Tanji, if it's the runic workbook, follow the lessons. That's how I got into it.
I don't know what he sent to.
But I think I can guess. Tony Willis used to be my teacher. I met him on numerous occasions. But follow the lessons and you will gain great insight.
Plus you've got your videos as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
well,
so-
that's what it's based off,
And
Tony Willis.
And we still need those questions for a rune casting video. But it's not going to happen until we get some questions. So, yeah, Tanji, he gets back to me. Yeah, I'll message him and tell him that it's arrived. He's probably not been up long.
Yeah.
He's a night owl, is Thomas.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I haven't seen him for a long time, and I was one Saturday going for a meal, and this bloke touched me on the shoulder and it surprised the life out of me. It was Tom. He's put on a lot of weight since I last seen him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Well, he's about the same since I first met him. So.
He was
More walking.
He reminded me actually of Taiki, his figure. Not now.
No, well, Turkey has always been thin. If you see Turkey and he's put a lot of weight on, there's something wrong going on.
I don't think he can.
So Tanji says, "Okay, Egil, I will do, dear."
Any questions? Text us, or
Send a message.
send a message, and I'll try and help you.
Oh yes, we're happy to help wherever we can and show love and support to all our friends and family.
All the advice I would give you is know your limits. You'll know what I mean when you start doing it. Just know your limits.
Well, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, Bernard's going to arrive. So then that's going to start indicating that it's time to end this live stream. But he's not here yet, so...
And my back is just holding
I know
up.
it's a problem when you sit down. I like to stand up and do them.
Yeah.
But you tend to move around a bit. But it does get your back sitting down.
Yeah.
You know, it must be an old problem having bad backs and sore arses from sitting on a war chest.
To be honest with you, there was a thing done on Saxon skulls, and you're talking about day-to-day injuries. Every single one got sinus trouble.
Yes.
And what that is from the fire, the smoke going,
Well, yes.
insufficient ventilation. And sinusitis apparently is very painful. My late mother had it, and it's like a permanent headache for her. Well, not now,
Oh,
she's dead.
yes.
But yeah. So there you are, there's another bit of useless information.
But
for
I
you.
guess people must have smelt, like when you get out your Civil War jacket, and as soon as you get it out, you smell the fire because you don't wash your kit. Is it going to be like that in the day?
Somebody
All right, I'll shout. You carry on.
Okay, and another
I've got to go again.
few minutes. But anyway, sorry, my back's giving me a bit of jip. So Anthony's been called away, Andy's been called away there for what? The mind boggles. But anyway, those of you who are contemplating doing the runes, please remember it's a very serious thing, and follow the instructions that are in the book, because more damage can be done, and the more you do it, the better you will be at it, and I wish you well. We will be continuing this series. It's a bit difficult, but he's back again.
No, you got a biscuit there. Here we go.
Thank you kindly. Was this courtesy of Bernard?
No, it's not here yet.
All right.
You shouldn't eat on camera.
All right.
You love cake.
Aren't I naughty?
So, Penelia Gustafsson, hello Bragi and Egil. I just saw this live stream by accident. I have a few questions but lost my train of thought. Haha, no, I often get that in videos. You want to say something and then before you know it, it's gone out of your head and you can't remember what you're talking about or what you're going to say next. You've not had breakfast yet.
Well,
I don't eat breakfast.
I've been doing a lot of talking. It's up to him to do a bit now.
No, I can't stop talking, that's my problem.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh, do you think they had apple pies back in the Dark Ages? How old is the apple pie?
no. Awkward man. Pies mostly, it was the filling you had. The pastry was meant to be thrown away.
Like the Cornish pasty, how you hold the crust, you eat the pasta and throw the crust away.
That's the
Very
one.
clever.
Same with pies.
Now you can't beat a fruit pasty. Oh yes. Oh, so here's a comment from Penelia Gustafsson. Oh, goodies. Are you in a den or cellar where you film? No, this is actually a bedroom. it's one of my spare rooms. It actually was designed to be a granny flat. So we really must get outside and do some more filming before it turns cold in autumn. So we used to film in the other room, but it was too small, and this room gives us a lot more access, plus a corner we can film.
The light's better.
Yes, light is definitely better, although I do need to get some better lights at some point, because these lights I bought for 31 quid are alright, but you can't adjust them.
This is a shortcake biscuit.
I like shortbread. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I don't know, I don't want yours, but what is it about Scottish shortbread? It's very nice. I mean, they wouldn't have it back in those days because there's too much sugar in it for a start. But wouldn't it be nice with taste with honey?
Possibly. I wish you wouldn't ask me questions with my mouth full.
Sorry. So this Dawn says, nice of you to join us for Penelia. Sorry, I need to wear glasses, you know. I meant to get my eyes tested a couple of weeks ago, but I missed it.
You didn't see that coming, did you?
No, I didn't see it. I couldn't go. So, pasties, yummy. I like those many years ago from a place called Cornwall. Well, Cornish pasties are the best, but I can't quite see that because there's a bit of a symbol in front of it. The one in Torquay, Devon. Cornish pasties are the best. In fact, in Derby, there used to be a shop that used to get them from Cornwall.
The Interest Centre.
You just still do them?
No.
Oh, just love them.
There's a place at Jorvik that does them, and St Pancras do them as well.
Hole in the Wall, Torquay, that's it, yes. Now I got it. It's funny. It's a funny name that. As a scout, we went camping in Wales at a place called Hole in the Wall.
There's a pub called Hole in the Wall in York.
Is there?
Yeah, it's just off. You go back of the cathedral. Oh,
Yeah, I was looking outside for a car. I'm expecting a big man to come called Bernard. And you enter the art and say, oh, there, bloody all.
bring them on camera.
Well, one day we said we'll get them on camera. We'll do that barbecue video talking about comparing, Jamaican jerk chicken to food in the Dark Ages.
I can't eat
chili.
I can't eat them. I'm allergic to them.
So, Penelia says, what do you young men do when you're not Vikings, or is that top secret? So what do you do when you're not a Viking, Egil?
I collect medals.
Yes,
military medals.
love that.
I research them. I look on eBay for them. I do a bit of creative writing.
Oh yes.
I like to wander around and go and visit places where I can. Sometimes we meet up in town.
Oh, now and again.
Well, so I'm just swallowing a biscuit. I like to do cooking as well.
He does, yes. You make bread, don't you?
Yeah, I make bread occasionally, usually when I'm hard up. But yeah, I make bread and socialise as well. I like that. And I go and visit my friends sometimes in Leicester. We had a barbecue there, it was really nice. The trouble was I stayed awake for 24 hours and we got raring drunk and we were firing off air rifles at targets.
Not the best thing to do.
Hey, we hit the penny. It was a penny I put up. Everyone hit the penny. The drunker we got, the better shot we got.
So,
Don't do it.
So, Egil, Penelia said, Egil, you are hard to hear. New mic. No, Egil's too quiet.
Huh?
Although we are using the internal mic on the phone, so the phone's mic are never the best mic. But I've told him quite a few times that he's always too quiet. It's something, if you don't edit your own videos, you don't get to see how quiet you are on the audio. He's just spoken quietly.
I'm a very quiet little pussycat, that's
yes.
me.
But there's an interesting comment here. Let's just go back. No, I read that one. So, Stan says, small axe is practical.
Yeah.
Yes, I think a small axe is better than a bigger axe. Less weight to carry.
Depends what you're doing. In a battle, I'd want a big axe.
Yes. Well, I prefer to have 2 axes, which are small rather than one big one.
I don't know.
But that's just me.
Younger generation.
Yeah, well, I'm younger. I can carry more axes.
Well, I carry you, don't you worry. What's the next?
No, well, we keep talking. Talk louder.
Well, what's next?
Not that loud.
Oh, all right. I like trains.
Yeah. Yes.
So I've had a lot of dealings with trains.
Train spotters.
No, what it was, I used to work at Derby Industrial Museum, which doesn't exist anymore.
It's now the Museum on Baking.
And we got what we used to call trainiacs coming in, who knew everything you wanted to know and didn't want to know about trains, but they couldn't tell you the price of a pint of milk or a loaf of bread.
Oh, that's each their own, though.
But, like I said to them, yes, okay, people take the mickey, blah-de-blah-de-blah, but they're keeping alive the heritage and history of railways, which Derby, as a railway town, owes a lot to. And there you go.
It does. You know, we forget how industrial Derby is.
Well, the weird thing is, my mother, who was born the other side of the blanket, my grandmother was born the other side of the blanket. My grandmother, a great-grandmother, who was in Tottenham, came to Derby, Brunswick Terrace, and lived there for 4 years.
All right, so we've got a comment here. Go up here a second. So this is from Tanji.
Hi.
Is there anything in particular that you, Bragi and Egil, would like as a gift when I send Thomas his box of goodies? I can put some gifts in for you two as well. I'm doing it anyway. Well, you can send me a picture of a hug. There you go.
Well, you send whatever
like.
you like, because I'm sure whatever it is, we'll love. And we send you our love back.
So Tanji says, I found a fabulous metal Viking mug. Oh, brilliant. One of my favourite mugs is my Civil War tin mug. Although most people wouldn't drink out of it because it's a bit rusty, but I would. Joshua says, have you chaps heard of Japanese animation named... Anime. What is animation?
Yeah.
Vinland Saga. This is currently airing. No, I haven't actually.
No, I haven't seen it, but I mean, anime goes way, way back. People think it's a modern thing, but 2,000 years ago they were doing drawings similar to anime.
So Tanji says that at my favourite magical thrift shop. Also did a video live of it. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do a live stream one day in the pub.
Yeah, well, it would be nice to chat to her.
So, Penelia says, just so you know, you're both great and I enjoy your vids. Looking forward to more, even though I'm a bit of a Viking, Anglo Saxon, but myself, I have to go for now. The cows need feeding.
Okay, well, sorry to move you along.
Oh yes, and I know a story about a magical cow.
Anyway, lovely to hear from you. Please send us comments again and we'll love to hear from you.
Yes, and Tanji says bye, Penelia, so goodbye.
Bye.
And Tanji says, oh yes, a live stream at the pub.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Looking forward to that. It's my cunning plan, you know, to get Thomas on camera.
It'd be even better if you could come over and we could have a drink together. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm just making sure there's no car outside. So
there's a window behind here.
Yes.
It's not looking through
So
walls.
you can see. Yeah, there's a window, see. Actually, I could do that. We could get some fresh air in.
Ah. Especially when he's been eating beans.
I've not had nothing to eat yet today.
Thank God for that.
And no more worse than anybody else.
I don't know. Well, I know one person who's worse than you.
Hey, I never gassed a dog in my life. My mate Smokey did.
This is perhaps a little too revealing, but carry on.
Yeah, well, that was back in the day when we did an event. It was at that was the event we did. We got told off for playing outside the Lord Mayor's house at 4 in the morning. I was singing, Smokey was playing the drum, and Moses, we called him Moses because he always preaching at us, was playing the bugle. And we went up, Saltburn-on-Sea it was. We was professional regiment. We went up the day before to get more drinking in. That's how good we were.
And my Confederacy lost.
Yes, and I remember the next morning some guy came along to camp and his dog got in our tent. And there were 3 of us, and Smokey, he's no longer with us, rest his soul. He was terrible at farting. My God, that man could fart for the entire country. But me and Moses, we became accustomed to it, you know. But he lived off hot dogs, so you can imagine. And the dog came in, and the dog couldn't pull out of it and just collapsed. I can remember Moses saying, "Oh, I think this dog's collapsed there, Smokey." And I just remember Moses pushing the dog out of the tent. The dog recovered, and then the man put his head in and said, "What are you doing to my dog? Oh my God!" And quickly put his head out of the tent.
Don't you see the irony? He eats hot dogs and gassed a dog.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was very funny. Yes, I remember that event.
Oh, well.
Oh yes, live at the pub. That sounds great. Yeah, so that's my cunning plan to get Thomas on camera. Yeah.
Sure.
And Tandy said, "I would love to join you." Oh yes.
We'd love you to join us as well.
If I could figure out one day how to do live streams and invite other people to live stream with us, we could do that.
It's called a jumbo jet. You buy a ticket, you get on it, and lo and behold, you magically appear.
Oh right.
But you need a passport. And I haven't got one.
No, I don't have one either. I mean, what would the Viking equivalent of a passport is axe?
They didn't bother with such niceties in those days. I think the earliest ones I can think of were time of Napoleon, before the Napoleonic Wars. And the colour of the shape of the passport told you where they came from before you even looked at it. Ours were yellow and oval.
Oh, I didn't know they had passports in those days.
Well, in Tudor times, you had, say you're an ordinary peasant in the village and you wanted to go, I don't know, say from Derby to Duffield, you had to ask permission of your lord. He would issue you with a document which would be checked, and if you didn't, there would be a lot of trouble.
Are you going to record it, Tangy? You should do an unboxing video. People love them.
What's that?
Tangy's just got a message. I'll read the comment. "Oh, Thomas just messaged me. I'm off to open my goodies from him.
Wow.
Big hugs to you, Bragi and Egil, and all big hearts. Much love. Have a great day." Yeah, I was there that day when he posted it, just afterwards. But you should record that and make a video.
I think I know what book he sent.
They sent some runes as well. I think he sent a couple of books, but I forget now. So we keep moseying on. Soon this will be ending because soon Egil has to go home.
My back won't hold out much longer.
And soon, well, a few more minutes. We'll just wait until we hear the doorbell.
I know. Layla.
And I might. I think I can't remember what the first emoji in, but the last one looks like a unicorn, and it's a bye.
Bye.
That's me
Oh,
doing
yeah.
the porn.
I thought there was somebody coming in the window then.
But now we're on the second story, Egil. We don't have giants anymore.
Could be a tall person.
They may have a ladder.
Yeah.
Makes you think, how old are ladders? I bet ladders are very old.
Have you seen those straws you keep grasping at?
Yeah.
Well, it's, I think because we're running out of things to say. What's that?
This is a new commenter from re-enactor.
Hi.
I love this channel. Oh, we do
Good
too.
for you. Thank you. You keep in contact.
Oh yes, and welcome to the channel.
Yeah, lovely to hear from you.
Please subscribe. Tell your friends.
Yeah. And
We just like having fun, don't we?
oh, hang on, there's another.
Ah, the Starns. There's a derby in the United States, and we call it Derby.
Yeah.
I think there's at least 3.
My snuff box actually it's a Masonic one from Derby, but
And that's
Derby.
ground up tobacco.
Yeah, it's from Derby, Illinois,
Oh yeah.
and it's a guy called Chester from 1955.
That reminds me of the Blues Brothers
Yeah.
and their complete and utterly hatred for Illinois Nazis.
Oh,
I love that scene when they're on the bridge.
When they're falling down and he just turns and says, you know I love you.
Yeah, I love that film. I think it's one of my favourite films ever, The Blues Brothers.
Okay.
The second one's not so good.
Well, I got over it. What's the next?
No, it's the same one.
All right. No, as I say, I mean, there are a lot of derbies.
I mean, we were fairly close not to being called Derby. If it weren't for the Vikings, there wouldn't be all these derbies across the world.
Well, there's there's several derbies in Australia.
I think there is. Canada, I think there's one in Canada.
Yeah, well, the thing is, and this is what got me, one of the things Derby is famous for is apathy. And Derby here has the oldest radio ham club in the world. And I remember, I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea to radio over to America, to Australia and everything, and they wouldn't do it. And I thought, what a pity. It's the 100th anniversary, it's formed in 1912, this was obviously 2012, and they just didn't bother, and it's such a shame. It's a nice little city, it's getting better, there's nice cafes there, you have an arts centre, you've got historic bits and pieces. We've got a great shopping mall, the Into Centre, and the council house. If you go through where you sign on, there's a cafe, and you could sit by the river and have a nice cup of coffee and watch the world go by. I'm not a native of Derby. I was born in Rochester, Kent, which is the south coast of England, a very beautiful part of the world. I don't know if anybody else is talking to me because my eyesight's not that great. I've got to wait till Bragi comes back. But the one beautiful thing about this city is within 10 minutes you can be in the countryside. Right near here is Darley Park, and that's loads and loads of fields where you can just have a wander around. They've got a cafe, or if you go the other end of Derby, you've got hang on, he will sit on my rotten knife. You've got Mark Eaton Park is another nice place to go, and you know, 10 minutes out of the city centre you're in the countryside. And over to you, Bragi.
There was a man who used to walk his pet lizard at Mark Eaton Park, but he's recently been banned.
Well, right.
I think it's a shame, really.
We know a lizard who works there.
Yeah, well, that's another story.
Yes, Geoffrey.
But do lizard men exist? I mean, you've got David Icke keep going on about the lizard people.
I am not going to say any more because if I do, I'll get done for legal reasons.
They all definitely would.
But I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Cocktail dress.
No, I was on about David Icke and the lizard men.
Oh,
I don't know what you're going on about.
No,
you're on a different planet there, mate.
No, you know
I know
what
what
I'm
you're
on about.
Now, yes. So moving on from that, yes, it's quite interesting how we do have all these derbies, and of course Derby's also famous for allegedly inventing the hot dog. There's a man from Derby.
Harry Stevens.
Yeah.
There are a number. Galvanised steel.
Yes.
That was invented in Derby.
Was it?
Yeah.
What, galvanised steel?
Yeah.
That's famous.
Yeah.
That'd make a really good name for a band. Yeah, man, really, galvanised steel.
Well, also, the time of the Enlightenment, we had the Lunar Society.
Oh, of course we did.
In the Lunar Society. Derby was actually, believe it or not, a hub for the Enlightenment. Benjamin
Now look at
Franklin.
us.
Benjamin Franklin came here, and it's alleged, whether it's true, it's alleged that his famous experiment with the kite and key was carried out in Derby.
Oh, right. What was that then?
He hung a key from a kite when an electrical storm to prove that lightning was electric.
Oh, right.
Also, Thomas Jefferson came here.
Yes.
Queen Victoria. Now, she's an interesting lady. This poor queen was 4'11" tall, and she had the town sword, which is about as tall as Bragi and almost as heavy.
And do we have that sword still?
Yep,
Oh,
I've handled said sword.
oh.
And she was knighting people, as you do. And this lord came up, she got the sword,
Sir Egil.
slipped and cut his ear. She carried on knighting him, although he was dripping blood everywhere. But she had some amazing stories. It's like Stoke-on-Trent. It's a very industrialised area where potteries are and things like that. She was on the train. The regiment had all lined up. You got the brass band, the mayor and everything. And the equerry came and said, "This is your stop, Your Majesty." She looked out the window and said, "No, it's not." And the train carried on while they're all there saluting. But, so she was a singular lady. But she was 4'11" tall, and she was 56 inches around the middle. She's like a little ball.
So the Starn says 9 when it comes to America. Fool's ball. So I think he's saying there's 9 derbies in America.
I'm quite willing to believe that, yeah. But, yeah, it's a popular name.
But just think, we could have kept being called Northworthy, and would these derbies now be called like Northworthy?
Who knows? I mean, there's certain states that were founded by people from here. I can't remember. Richard Felix is the one. If you tap on his line and ask him, he'll tell you.
Yes, well, he doesn't have a channel.
Well, he's
a bit behind the times.
Well, Ghost Tours of Derby, I think, is what he does. But hey, whatever. What's the next one?
I don't know, but one day we'll do that Viking tour Derby and actually go around and film.
Yeah. Well, we could do a trip round Derby.
Yeah, I think we're going to do it over 2 or 3 occasions and edit together for...
Well, you could do Little Chester.
The 50th vlog.
You do Little Chester up to the Bridge Chapel. That's one. Then you do centre of Derby. That's another. And then the general summary of history.
Wrexham.
Yes.
Viking burial ground near Wrexham.
Yeah, there's a lot more new stuff on that now.
What's the Hermitage? Near Wrexham. What's the Hermitage called?
I don't know.
I forget now. I've been there a few times. Very nice. By the river.
Mm. But if you get inside Mary's
we have
Chapel.
7 people watching.
Hi.
So hello.
Hello there.
Always great to have people watching, and we'll try to do some more live streams if we can manage it in the future. One of the ideas I did have was just to introduce 30-minute live streams. So whenever we film, we'll just dedicate 30 minutes and then try to guarantee every time we film to do one live stream. So the problem with doing live streams, and they can go on for 2-3 hours. Some people are doing for hours and hours and hours. But we've got to film at the same time.
As you realise with this, we sometimes run out of subjects, so we tend to drift.
Well, yeah.
But hopefully you'll be interested. I mean, also another thing Derby's famous for is Crown Derby china.
Well, of course, yes. Rolls Royce.
Yeah, Rolls Royce. Yeah.
Joseph Wright, the painter.
Yeah. Those of you who are into art, Joseph Wright collection is in Derby Museum and Art Gallery. It's better than the Paul Mellon collection in New York, which is pretty good.
Oh, there's one in New York.
Paul Mellon, yeah, he's the second biggest collector of Joseph Wright's. There's one in Russia.
I didn't know that.
Well, you know the blacksmith where they
Yes.
He did 6 versions of it.
Oh.
Catherine the Great had one. They're pretty much the same but slightly different. The famous the Tate Gallery's got the one with the bird experiment. We've got, Derby's got the lecture at the Orrery, which I think is of more interest to our American friends, because Joseph Wright and the Lunar Society were very much in favour of Americans' independence.
Well, of course so.
And there are hidden messages in
Me
the
too.
painting, yeah. Well, to be honest, how the heck can you control a country the size of America?
Very difficult.
And also, if you're taxing them, they should be able to have a say.
Now, can you just explain to all our fans, all you lovely people, where Derby is in England?
Derby is about the centre of the United Kingdom. Hence, it's called the Midlands. The Midlands. We're about as far away from the sea as you can possibly get.
Definitely. We're landlocked.
We're we're about 100 miles from York, 100 miles from London. We're about 50 miles from Birmingham.
Something like that.
Yeah. So we're sort of plumb centre. We've got a long history. I say we, I'm not from the Midlands. They've got a long history of settlement. There's stone monuments all over the place in Derbyshire. North Derbyshire looks very much like the film from Lord of the Rings, doesn't it?
It does a bit, yes. Yeah. Very, very hilly.
I find the north of Derbyshire very, very pretty. I've walked around there.
You just carry on a minute.
And, bye.
Right.
I think this guy's on elastic. But the north of Derbyshire, you've got such places like Bakewell, Ashbourne, Buxton. They're very nice places to visit. Bakewell, of course, is famous for its Bakewell puddings, not tarts. But the scenery is beautiful. You want to go on a nice warm day. We've got the plague village of Eyam, where the very brave people, the plague broke out in this little village, and the collective decision was not to leave the boundaries of the village so that the plague wouldn't spread. And if you go there, you can look at the houses, and they've got the little death plaques on of all the people who died. And there's one woman, she would spend the whole day burying her husband and then her children one by one. And that's a story that shows great courage. You go to Chesterfield, which is nearby. They've got the bent spire, they say the devil sat on it. But Chesterfield's a nice place to go. Those of you into military, if you go on a Thursday morning, very early, they have the military store there. And there's a lot of goodies there that worth having. You've got them at Castleton. The Blue John comes from around there. Of course, you've got the famous Matlock. Nice area, nice cafes. You're on the doorstep to the Pennines. And also Matlock Bath. It's very much like a seaside town with no sea. And if you go in the winter time, it's virtually closed. But about this time of year, you're knee deep in fish and chip shops, motorbikes, and all kinds of jollification. Well worth a visit, especially the sweet shop.
So Joshua says, my Wi-Fi just got slower. Going to go now. Have a good evening.
Okay, Joshua.
Yeah, we'll be going very shortly.
Yeah.
So Draglar says, bye, Joshua. So,
bye, Josh.
Now, in your little chat about local history, did you talk about Burton-on-Trent and the fame for beer? As I
Burton-on-Trent, yeah.
this.
I am somewhat ambivalent with Burton-on-Trent because I worked there.
Beer.
Now, it was famous for beer. Bass breweries are there because of the water. They have a very impressive town hall and library. I think that's about all really, but I have very bitter memories because I worked at...
Lots of charity shops.
Well, I worked at a major chemist distribution.
Oh, right.
And it was not what I would call a pleasurable experience, and I never worked so hard in all my life and for so little money. But as I say, Burton-on-Trent, famous for its water and beer. It still brews beer today. They brew beers for famous firms which aren't necessarily based in Burton-on-Trent. So it's like Foster's Lager and people like that.
But if you wanted to go and taste some original Burton beer, then you go to the Bridge Inn, which is just near the big bridge that takes you over the park on the south side of Burton. And the Bridge Inn uses the same role which the original Burton Brewery used. So they're using the original water. And I tell you now, I've been there a few times and the beer there is very, very nice.
Talking of beer,
yes,
there is the Camera Beer Festival in Derby.
Yes, we should perhaps go to that and film it.
If you don't mind seeing a load of people, fat men getting drunk.
Well, no, because I often watch the channel IKS Exploration. You like that channel because they go around looking at World War II sites. Yeah. But sometimes they'll go and film themselves at the beer festival having a few pints.
Well, the last time I saw the beer festival was at the Delphin, and that is a pub well worth a visit. The food is excellent, and it's Derby's oldest pub.
Oh yes, and we have a comment here from Thomas Dale. Hello,
Hi,
I just found you on. Hello, Tangerine. Well, Tangerine's gone now to unwrap your nice parcel, Thomas. And Draglar says hello, Thomas, and Thomas Dale says hello, Draglar, and Thomas Dale says, "Oh, sorry, Draglar." There you go.
Hi, Thomas.
So I'll put my camera away.
I don't know why he's playing. He's off again. The guy's on elastic, I tell you. It's a good job I've got the verbals. But no, as I say, Derbyshire is well worth a visit, and this is from an outsider. I've only lived in Derbyshire since 1960, so I'm still a foreigner. But it's well worth a visit.
Damn southerners.
Well, mind you, where I was born is far better than Derby. It's in Rochester, Kent.
I know a song about that.
Oh yeah, whatever. But come and visit us, and if you're in the district, let us know.
So Penelia's back. I'm back. My son had fed the cattle. He's a good lad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tangerine Layla. Still have problems hearing Egil. Can it be the mic? No, it's just Egil. It's just quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's always a little bit more quieter because I put a bit more emphasis on my voice.
I'm a fine southerner. He's a tatty northerner. You usually find we're more subtle than loud. I hope there's someone flashing just then.
Well, something was flashing, but it just let us know how many people are watching.
Oh, right.
So,
somebody else has moved.
Yes, so I'll keep working on that. I tend in the videos to make your bits a bit louder.
All right.
Because I figured that out. I can do that now.
Oh, jolly good.
So Thomas Dale says, yes, the Dolphin is a great pub. And the food is good.
Yeah.
The upsteak. But it's not as good as the other pub, the 7 Stars, because that pub has a well in the pub. And you can stand on it.
7 Stars pub. I haven't been there for a while. It's a really nice pub. I walked by it when I finished here. Now there's some interesting symbols in there because it was a Masonic lodge at one time.
Yes, was it?
Before the Grand Lodge was came about in about 1770s, each pub in the area would host the Masons, and they would leave. It's called a daisy wheel or a hex.
Yes, I've seen that.
And you find pentacles as well, which is a sign of the Templars, among other things. And you'll see them if they're the 7 Stars. A colleague of mine was allowed to look at it. I think it depends on the landlord how they feel as to whether you see it. But yeah, that would be where, as I say, the gentleman of the village would move in. And he's either got a tribble or a new microphone.
Well, something you can plug the mic in, it might be louder. I don't know if this even works.
That's it. You got these. There you go. Hello.
Is it any louder?
Mary had a little lamb. Let us know if you can hear better. It's,
I don't really like hanging the mic down. I'll turn it off.
Oh, he's taking it away, so it's too bad if you did, apparently. But, as I say, 7 Stars, nice pub, decent booze, nice beer garden where you can sit outside. Those of you who smoke, like myself, it's nice to have a pint and a smoke. Or even a pie and a pint. Hello.
So, Benelia says, yeah, I hear you now, but then you went back to silence and I have good hearing, so they told me.
It's the tribble. He took the tribble away.
No, we've got this one I normally use on the other camera, but I don't think these work well with microphones on cameras.
You just said they did.
So was that better when we plug that in then?
Yeah, if you let us know.
Tangi's back.
Hi, Tange.
So Tangi says, I'm back until the landlady shows up to fix my basement floor, laughs out loud. And Tangi says, Thomas, purple art.
All right.
Yes, I don't often use that on there because I don't like it dangling down. It's never a good thing to do that with a mic.
Insecurity is
But
such a thing.
I'll have to have a separate tripod to attach it to.
Well, what can you say about that then, folks? Well, well, well.
Tell you what though, these are very good for cleaning out your old drinking horn.
That's tight, Isabel.
I know he's never been around to pick it up, the lazy bugger. It'll be here forevermore on the day, you know that.
I am saying nothing, because whatever I say may be taken down and used in evidence.
Thomas Dale says, tangerine. Thomas Dale says, late landlords seem to be the thing. Mine are always late as well.
At least you pair have got a landlord that gives a damn. I had a sink blocked. I had to call my own plumber in, and eventually me and my mate Anthony did it. Why do you pay rent? That's what I'm asking.
Apparently, if you get a blocked toilet, you put cling foam on it, and then you use the cling foam to create a vacuum.
Yeah, the old hand in there. A friend of mine in
not shaking your hand later.
Well, I have hand eczema.
How's that queen going?
Oh, it's okay.
You're putting some on?
Not used to it yet.
Oh.
Anyway, a friend of mine, she clogged her lavatory up, so I stuck my hand down there and got it clean. Do you know what? Eczema cleared up a treat, so you work that one out.
I'm mad. But I mean, look at the past when people used to go around collecting dog poo because
well, to be honest with you, I mean, my time in the TA, you get over such things because you have to live like that. And what is it after all? Just second-hand food. As long as you clean your hands after. You don't think what it is, you just shovel it.
So Thomas Dale says, no, I read that one. So
Oh.
Tangi says, at least my landlord is super cool. Super cool.
Yeah, mine is on right until the time they say, where's your rent?
Whereas it's super uncool.
Well, I'm a groovy guy. What's that down there?
What's that? No,
Oh, it's the floor. Oh, it's
no,
that.
that's the thing that we're locking up the war chest. So you can keep all your swords and knife and silver safe.
And hamburgers.
Yeah.
Anybody else out there?
Oh yes, we're just waiting for the door to go and then we know it's time to go. But we've still got a few more minutes. Bernard's running late today, unless we're bisting. And we could be here for hours. I don't think so.
Goody.
I can normally hear the doorbell.
Yeah, how about done? Okay. Anybody else? Tangi. Oh yeah, sleepy.
This will be a very good boost with the channel from the watch time.
Yeah. Try telling my spinal column this.
Well, you get it, yeah.
Oh, hang on, we got another one.
So, do folks still have landladies? I thought they died out in the 80s and 90s.
Nah.
I had a landlady once living in a grand house in Sussex. It was better than living at home. Wonderful time. Yeah,
Well,
I guess so.
I'm with a housing association, so I suppose the landlord is whoever's in the office at the time. I mean, it's a pretty good flat, it is what it is. I mean, I got double glazing, I had a kitchen done and a bathroom done, which I would never been able to afford. Pretty well suited, isn't
Well,
it, in the
it's not
middle of
bad.
town?
Got lots of books in it.
Yeah,
I mean, the only landlady I think of is landladies of pubs. You get them still.
Yeah, I mean, you get private, I mean, you've got housing associations, then you've got private lettings, because before I moved to where I am now, I had a nice Welsh bloke who used to had a bed set.
Will it boil?
Yeah, his trouble was it was full of slugs. And I actually had in the kitchen overhead was a sewer pipe which burst. So I got human excrement all over the kitchen.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's why I left.
I'm surprised these days they don't call them land people or land persons. With PC gone wrong.
Either way, it wasn't good. But yeah, I moved out of there and moved into where I am now.
You've been living there a while now.
1998, November the 13th.
That was only 1999 when I met you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
They're not bad flats. They are what they are.
I think the biscuit's in the way of his vocals.
The biscuits are gone.
Yes, he ate all of them.
And the pie, don't forget the pie.
Apple pie.
Well, it was a cherry, I think. It was
Mr.
red.
Kipling's.
Yeah, it makes exceedingly good cakes.
Indeed.
That's in an advert for you
No.
guys abroad.
They don't work for Mr. Kipling.
Yeah, this guy's not eating today.
No, I don't eat a lot. I have one meal a day, me.
Well, I eat.
I'm preparing for the future with less food.
I'm losing weight, mate. I'm eating.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, I sneeze.
My weight goes up.
Yeah.
If I don't eat for a few days, I'll lose it.
Strange things, human bodies. What's next?
Well, no, to keep watching. 5 people watching.
Well, that's 5 people more.
Oh, yes.
than
It's
before.
wonderful, that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're lucky to have such wonderful people.
Someone else has just come on.
So you chaps need to get on Telegram and some other outlets. You are great. You have so many folk who would have such enjoyment from you, but they don't know you. Yeah, of course so.
Right. And
Dropping my memory card.
this is the man to talk to. Like you say, when I was going to do my own business, you can have the greatest idea in the world, but it comes to nothing if nobody knows about it. And it's the same with this.
Well, if you imagine on the channel, we've had nearly 42,000 views since we started, which is it's nothing on YouTube.
But I mean, you could get that per video if you listen to this guy. Yeah.
But I think channels, when they're smaller, are a lot easier to manage. When they start blowing up and you get too many comments and too many people, it does make it a lot difficult to manage that content and to manage the replies. I mean,
It's down to subs. If you get the more subs, then you get staff, don't
and
you?
I spend most of my time caring for my father who's got Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
He's 88 now.
Is he really?
Yeah, 88
I didn't realise
this
he was
last
a-
month.
All right. Nice one.
He's 89 next year.
Nice one, Cyril.
So
Yeah, it's a terrible illness the guy's got, and
Thomas Dale says, I'm not quite sure how to work Telegram. So I'm not sure what that is yet. I have to look into that, but I've heard about it.
well,
So
sounds like that's the future as well.
So I know we got some viewers from that. So Thomas Dale says, I know I saw their folklore of gnomes video on Callum Emmerich's Telegram. So,
well, as I say, you guys.
Pernilla. So Pernilla says, "Oh, my name is Pernilla. I'm Swedish, by the way. I'm a big Anglophile, and my Viking cousins in Derby. Oh, right.
Yeah, a nice one.
Yes, I'm not very good at pronouncing names, I must say.
But I'd love to visit Scandinavia. I must admit.
Oh, me too.
They're very passionate people.
Oh, yes.
When I first started reenactment, that was 1990, 1991. As a lady from Norway came over, first thing she did was virtually throw herself at me and say, "We must hug."
Oh.
She was old enough to be my mother at the time, but we used to have, well, they still do, the boat race, part of the Viking festival, and these guys come from Björkedal, southwest Norway, and they are amazing guys. If you're a girl, they're shorter women out there, but really nice people.
So Pernilla. So that's really cool, Pernilla. I live in Derby as well. You do, Thomas?
Oh, that's Thomas, yeah.
I'll meet you for a beer next week, Thomas, if you're
Whoa.
up for it, Wednesday. Not this week. I've got to take a shirt back.
I wonder what you said for a minute then. Okay.
You're getting closer. I'm probably tired, that really help.
Yeah.
I've not had much sleep in the last week.
Yeah. People think, you sit here and it's nothing. When I get home from here, I am so dog tired, and all I've done is talk, but it's in the head.
Well, of course, it's mentally draining on you, as well as physically draining.
Well, I mean, you've got the technical bits.
Oh,
as well.
of course so.
Hang on, is that Tangi again?
Yes, Tangi, or I'm off. Good day, all. Oh, good day. Have a wonderful day.
See you, babe.
And may the sun keep shining in your life.
Yeah. Big hugs.
Oh, yes. There you go. There's a big hug.
Oh.
Very big hug of that.
I'll leave you two alone.
Goodbye.
No, as I say, it can be very tiring.
Yes, it can be very warm in here as well.
It's like when you do the schools, and I said, if you're not tired or sweating at the end of it,
Get rid of this emerald stick.
he's off again, blimey heck. He's like Zebedee, springs in his bottom. I don't know. Now, for those of you who didn't know, we used to have a child's series called Magic Roundabout. There was a character called Zebedee who had big spring instead of legs, and a big moustache. His catchphrase was "boing, time for bed." So that's Thomas Dale saying bye-bye, Tangerine. And I think you speak for the whole channel by saying that. I don't know where he's disappeared off to this time. We must be getting near. Sorry, my back's hurting. Please forgive me. I hope you can hear me all right. As I say, we plan on doing these more than we have been. We were pointed out that, it's a good thing to talk to people like yourselves, and it's you who make this channel. We come out with ideas, and we float them, and it's, if you like them, let us know. If you don't, let us know. I'm sorry I can't read what it says because my glasses aren't that good. Gonna have to wait till Bragi floats back. One of the problems is, as I say, his father's got Alzheimer's, and he has to be looked after every so often. You can't afford to leave him to do that. It's a terrible illness, condition. Well, hopefully someday soon they can sort it out. As I say, we've got a few plans ahead with this, like the Mystic Mondays, which I think is a very good idea. We have the Ask Egil Anything. It could be a bit of a culture shock when people ask you things and you think, I learned that 40 odd years ago. But it keeps your mind alert and things like that. But as I say, I mean, variety is what it's all about. You can't sit there going blah blah blah. People are going to drive away. The folk tales are quite fun. It's quite amazing reading them. And yeah, very happy to do that. And we are working on Saga, the ring cycle. When that comes out, I don't know. You're going to have to ask Bragi. He's sort of technical side, him and Tom. As I say, I'm not joking, I'm the eye candy, which probably makes your teeth rot. But as I say, here's Bragi.
Yeah, better teeth in those days.
Yeah, better than mine. Anyway, as I was saying, we're on about doing ring cycle sagas. When that's coming out, I don't know.
Well, we're building up Saga content, so we can publish a load at one time.
Yeah, as I say, I mean, we know where we've got to. It's about 5 years work in that, actually, to be honest.
I'm quite tempted to record one entire saga in a load of episodes and publish it all in one go. Like 30 episodes.
It's about 5 days viewing if we do the whole ring cycle. Anyway, the comments, I've not been able to read.
Yeah, let me just go back to these then. Yeah, Thomas says, yeah, I'll meet you up next week for a drink. Perhaps we could go to the Dolphin and take photos of something. Yeah, on. Thomas says, bye to Tangerine. The Stone says, ta-da. Bernelia says, rest your back now, Egil, and we'll catch you the next time when you see on form. Yeah. Where did Bragi vanish to? Take a rest now. See you soon. So, Rian C, do you guys do live streams randomly, or is there a specific schedule? No, it is randomly.
Specific.
Yeah.
No, it's just, well, it just came out of the blue, didn't it?
Well, yeah, I try to do them now and again, but
I think if we do them more often, things will be easier. Like I say, I explain.
Yeah, I want to do one like every Sunday, every 2 Sundays. But
well, I explained
the
reason you're up and down is because your dad.
Yeah.
He needs looking after. It's nothing, you can't just leave people.
No, he's just watching telly at the moment.
Yeah, well.
But we're going to finish in a minute and let you get changed. We're waiting for Bernard. He's a bit late. I'm worried he might not be coming.
So I might have to walk back.
No, we'll give you the bus fare. Don't worry.
I'll still walk back anyway.
Yeah, no, well, you keep the bus fare. Yeah. So, yeah, we do, I think when we get a little bit big on the channel, when we have more subs, then we're going to have to start doing more live streams and start making it a bit more than once a week. But until that happens, you just have to bear with us.
I think the time is coming near.
So. I mean, I was hoping to get together with Thomas every Friday and do like a Friday folklore themed live stream, but that didn't happen yet either. So we're still open to doing that with Thomas if he's up for doing it on a Friday. You just got to stand in front of a camera once and get used to it.
There is an appeal I would like to make to you. Keep texting Bragi heel caps for my shoes.
Heel caps, yeah. Got to make some. I never have enough time because I'm always in front of a computer.
I tried making them myself, but they're not as good. They didn't work.
No, you got to sew them in.
I super glued them and they fell
Did
out.
they? Super glue and your feet won't stick because your feet will sweat and then the sweat will break up the bondage, the bonding on the glue. So you need either a proper leather glue or a natural remedy glue made out of natural ingredients, which may last longer. But generally, the heel plate is always sewn in.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Heel caps Bragi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's not my nickname, by the way.
Just keep reminding him, and when we've done it, we'll say done. Well, I'll show you.
Yes. So I think we're going to end this now because we've been live streaming for quite a while, and we do thank you very much for watching it. And afterwards, when the video appears, I will publish it later on today and retitle it. I don't know why, but I can't change the title in the Streamlabs. This is the app we use to live stream. So until we see you guys again, and ladies, let's not forget them.
Oh no.
It's been a long day. I'm losing my voice and need a rest.
Okay.
So goodbye.
Goodbye.
And thank you for watching.
See ya.